Sports.
For the fourth time in 5 years, the Berwick Bulldogs have a shot at a state championship. After ripping through Shamokin and North Pocono by the combined score of 84-0, the Dogs now have their sights set on the Barons from Manheim Central, a team Berwick rallied to beat 14-10 in the state semifinals back in 1989. The Barons and the Bulldogs, the winner, will play for the state title. Today, the Eastern Pennsylvania Championship is at stake. The WIOU High School Football Game of the Week is next.
WIOU Sports presents the Eastern Pennsylvania Championship Game. Today, the Berwick Bulldogs take on the Barons of Manheim Central.
On a cold and blustery afternoon here at Hershey Park Stadium, the Berwick Bulldogs continue down the road to a state championship. But first, they have to meet the challenge of Manheim Central. Hi again, everybody. John Nugent along with Terry Gurn as we prepare for our 14th high school football game of the week. Here it is, state playoff time, and to no great surprise, the Berwick Bulldogs are here again, led by quarterback Ron Paulus.
We've been talking about Ron all year long, the best quarterback around. They say he's one of the best in the nation. He's got nearly every Berwick passing record there is. He's got 27 touchdown passes alone this year. His most impressive record, though, that's 7,000 yards in a career. That's a state record, but he's going to have his work cut out for him today, John, because the wind is gusting, and it's going to be a problem for the Berwick passing game.
Just when you think the Dogs have seen it all, here comes Manheim Central with a split-back veer offense.
Yeah, the Berwick defense hasn't faced a veer offense all year long. What they have to do is take responsibility. Each guy has their own responsibility as far as a dive man, a pitch man, and the quarterback. As long as they stay to their territories and keep an eye on each person they're supposed to, Berwick should be all right. They have to keep an eye on, of course, for number 31, Chad Strickler. He is their leading ground gainer, 1,400 yards and 19 touchdowns alone. But I think Berwick should be able to handle this team.
Weather will definitely be a factor here this afternoon. The toupee warning is in effect. When we come back, the opening kickoff. This is a WIOU Sports exclusive.
Today's WIOU Sports Eastern Pennsylvania Championship Game is brought to you by Franklin First Savings Bank. When it comes to banking, see Franklin First. Alaska Company Incorporated in Bloomsburg. Basal Physical Therapy, providing the highest quality physical therapy services for the greater Berwick area since 1983.
It's delightful to find just the right home, but it's just as important to find the right mortgage to go with it. Whether you're buying your first home or refinancing your last one, Franklin First has all the mortgage choices you'll need and good people who can help you make that important choice. There's never been a better time to buy or refinance, so don't put off until tomorrow the home you can have today. You know who to see.
How would you turn this space into your personal hydrotherapy center? Just add water. For warm water therapy, soothing relaxation. Soft Tub is the spa of infinite possibilities.
What is physical therapy?
Physical therapy is the use of treatments such as whirlpool, ultrasound, mobilization, and exercise to relieve pain and to increase movement and strength.
Who are independent physical therapists?
Independent physical therapists are licensed healthcare professionals who have established their own clinics in order to provide the highest quality care in state-of-the-art facilities. In Berwick, it's Basal Physical Therapy, 759-0389.
Welcome back to Hershey Park Stadium, everybody. John Nugent along with Terry Gurn. Weather will be a factor here this afternoon. Our game conditions: windy, chance of snow showers, temperature 36 degrees, the winds out of the west, northwest, 25 to 35 miles per hour, gusts up to 40, humidity at 49%. The officials for today's game out of District 1, the referee is Les Bryant, the umpire is Ed Tucker. Head linesman, John Shalat. Line judge, Dennis Flannery. The back judge, Ron Redinger. Side judge, Steve Custer. And the alternate is Rich DeMayo. Manheim Central has won the coin toss, and they have elected to receive the football, and they will go on the offense first time here this afternoon. This is the Eastern Pennsylvania Championship. The Berwick Bulldogs have been to the state playoffs 4 out of 5 years. They won the state title back in 1988.
Well, John, this will be one of the first times all year that I've seen Berwick start a game on offense. Usually they win the toss, and when they do, they elect to kick off, and this time they elect to, I'm wrong. They are kicking off. Sorry about that. I thought they were.
Normally what George Curry will do at the start of the game, if he wins the coin toss, is yes, he will defer and go on defense a number of times. Manheim Central did win the coin toss, and Berwick will be kicking off. Ryan Mason, number 28, set to kick it off, and the Eastern Pennsylvania Championship is underway. Short kick, fielded 35. And the Barons bring it out to the 40-yard line. Well, they will go on the offense for the first time here this afternoon. Checking out that offensive line for Manheim Central. The tackles, Mike Rule and Ryan McEachin. Center is Dwayne Carmen. The guards, Gary Fittery and Brian Shipe. In the backfield, a junior backfield, Jason Thompson is the quarterback. Chad Strickler and Brett's in the backfield. Cook, Madigan, and Fittery are the wideouts. This is a split back veer offense. 1st and 10 for Manheim Central. Strickler comes in motion. Brett's first man through, stopped at the 35-yard line. Checking the Berwick defense this afternoon, Kish Bond Weaver at the tackles. Ryan Wolf is the nose guard. Jason Soboleski and John Lipsy at the ends. Linebacker, Bill Hetler and Dave Beaupain. Beaupain, the leading tackler. In the secondary, Ryan Mason, J.J. Cleaver, Chris Orlando, and Mike Bennett. 2nd down and 8, pickup of 2 on that last play. We are just underway. Manheim Central and the Berwick Bulldogs. Manheim Central coming in at 12-1. The Bulldogs ranked number 1 in the nation at 13-0. Split backfield, slot to the near side. Strickler in motion once again. Thompson throws, complete, first down, midfield and into Berwick territory. Larry Fittery looked like the tight end on the reception. Let's watch it again.
Nothing fancy here, John, just straight down the hash mark. Fittery, tight end number 84, goes right down the middle. Not much of a play fake by Thompson, but it was just enough to freeze the linebackers. Fittery gets open right down the hash mark. Good play by Manheim Central. No one expecting to pass early, and they go up top.
1st and 10 for the Barons at the Berwick 48. Strickler off the right side. Good pickup to the 36. Chad Strickler, their leading ground gainer this season. 19 touchdowns, 1,400 yards on the ground.
This is an important first drive for Berwick. They're going to make a lot of adjustments on this opening drive. As we said in the open, they haven't faced this veer offense, so they're going to have to make adjustments early on. Keep an eye on those gaps.
2nd down and 3. Split backfield, slot near side. Thompson to Brett's left side. Over the 35 to the 34, short of the first down.
Lipsy comes in to make the play once again. We called his number a lot last week. Number 86, John Lispy, the defensive end for Berwick. He came in and crashed, pinched the inside, and he was just enough to bring down the runner. Good play by him.
10 minutes to go, opening quarter. We should point out the Berwick Bulldogs have yet to allow a point in the first quarter of any game this season. 3rd down, we'll call it 1. Brett's first down, over the 30 to the 29. An impressive opening drive. Let's watch it again.
Well, Berwick has faced some very good backs this year, but I don't think they've faced 2 guys like Brett and Strickler. These 2 are bruisers, and they come right at you. Just nothing fancy here. They go straight up the middle, a straight handoff right off guard between the guard and tackler. Strickler breaks the first tackle and gets some extra yardage on the second effort, enough for the first down.
Impressive opening drive by the Barons. Thompson rolling, throwing, high pass, incomplete. Cook the intended receiver.
I tell you what, he had him wide open too, John. That ball sailed on him. That's the first example of the wind taking over. The pass was on its way, but the wind just took it, and the ball just sailed at the end.
Really, that time Thompson, rolling to his right, was throwing into the wind. It's a crosswind.
Yeah.
They'll have the wind behind them if they throw towards the Berwick sideline.
Yeah, we should mention that. The wind is blowing across the field, not up and down. So that could be a problem, and it is swirling.
2nd down and 10 for the Barons, they say, and that split back. Quick pitch. Brett tries to turn the corner. Down the sideline. Finally knocked out of bounds. Looks like the 15, close to the 10. Let's see where they'll spot it. In any case, it is a 1st down. Watch it once again.
Well, this is just a quick pitch. Thompson pivots very quickly, pitches to his fullback, Bretz. He turns the corner. Now, Randy Weaver was there. He missed the tackle in the backfield.
Thompson, the option to the 11. Pick up at 6 or 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. These two teams met once before, back in 1989. It was a game the Bulldogs had to rally to win, 14-10 with 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter. Slap to the far side now, 2nd down and 3, 8:40 to go opening quarter. Brett's left side, over the 5. And it's another 1st down, 1st and goal from the 5.
I'll tell you, John, what Berwick is giving this team right now is confidence. It's not what they want to do here. Manheim Central came in as the decided underdog in this. Their fans not thinking that way, though, and their players naturally not thinking that way. And now they are just even more excited about their prospects of knocking the Dogs off. See if Berwick can tighten up here with their backs against the wall.
1st and goal from the 5. Brett's inside, nothing there. 2nd and goal.
It's a strange motion on that play. Berwick was there to shut it down right in a hurry.
The Barons advanced to this game by defeating Conestoga Valley last week. Right now, we want to check in with Kevin Jordan. Kevin?
John, down on the sideline, there's already been an injury for Berwick. It's Bill Hedler, the middle linebacker. He is back in the game. They've retaped a left ankle that he twisted, but he is favoring that ankle. Berwick needs him on defense.
2nd and goal. Thompson to throw to the end zone. Incomplete.
Great coverage that time. Orlando and Bennett both there, blanketing the receiver. It's going to be tough to pass on Berwick down here because their defensive backs are very strong. I think Manheim Central would be better off if they just stuck to the running game down here.
Thompson has thrown for over 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns this season. 3rd down and goal.
That's a key injury too, Hetler, because he is a tough middle linebacker. They need him and Bo Payne in there to shut down the middle, the dive play going to the fullback, or it's going to be a long day.
Split backs. 3rd and goal.
See Berwick shifting around.
Quick pitch, fumble! Ball still loose. Berwick recovers. Ryan Wolf, number 50 on the recovery. I'll tell you, Terry, coming into this game, Manheim Central, it's a dangerous type of option offense. They fumbled the ball 44 times coming into this game.
Well, they say the good teams are opportunistic. That time, Strickler just plain didn't catch the pitch. Went right out of his hands. Wolf, the nose guard, alertly pounced on it, and a big break early on for Berwick.
7:23 to go, opening quarter. We are scoreless.
Look at this.
Power to the left side, Soboleski up the middle to the 13.
Interesting lineup that time.
Let's check the Berwick offense this afternoon. Saltation and Tonkinson at the tackles. Whitmire at center. Krupp and Stoker at the guards. In the backfield, everything quarterback Ronnie Paulus. Jason Soboleski, the fullback. Mike Soboleski, the halfback. Bennett and Orlando, the wideouts. Greg Michael is the tight end.
That last play, Berwick put an offensive lineman in the backfield. Sean Steimling, number 79. They're moving around an awful lot.
2nd down and 6. Soboleski goes down at the 15. Keller, number 4, credited with the tackle. The Manheim defense this afternoon, Fittery and Montgomery at the tackles. Brett Zimbardo at the ends. At linebacker, leading tackler Lance Wogemuth. Steve Lilly, Jordan Keller, Nate Bell back there as well. And in the secondary, Jason Kaufman, Bob Smoker, and Ben Deppen. Third down, we'll call it 4 for Berwick. First time they've had their hands on the football opening quarter.
Well, they got the receivers in there now. Bennett and Orlando are in the game. They're going to spread this thing out. Look for a quick look in. A real short pattern. Obviously, you're not going to want to go deep too often this afternoon unless this wind dies down. So watch Paulus trying to hit his receivers, and they are good ones after they catch the ball. That'll be key. Orlando and Bennett can run after they make the catch. And keep an eye for Mason there, right there, number 28.
Mason lined up in the slot. Double slot as Mason comes in motion. Third down and 4. Paulus rolling right, is going to keep it short of the first down. Fittery, number 73, credited with the tackle. Fourth down and 1. There you see George Curry in his 22nd year.
Excellent pursuit that time by the Manheim Central defense, and they are a good defense. They've only given up 101 points so far. Granted, they haven't faced a team like Berwick yet. They're going for it here, John.
4th and 1. Watch them shift out, and they do.
There it is.
Paulus also doubles as the punter. Penalty flag.
Now, Williams is going pretty berserk on the sidelines, but he scouted Berwick. He should know they do that.
There's a dead ball foul. Full start on the offense. Still 4th down.
It is called against the Berwick Bulldogs. Dead ball foul. False start.
Now that's interesting, John, because I was here last night for the Southern Columbia game. Southern shifted a couple plays. They called the penalty on them as well, and the Southern coaches were going berserk on the sidelines. I don't think they're used to that kind of stuff. Hey, that's legal to do. You can shift like that. Not sure about that call.
These officials out of District 1, if you've seen Berwick play, they do that all the time, and they do it successfully. Low punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 34-yard line of the Bulldogs. Manheim Central with excellent field position. 5:04 to go, opening quarter. We're scoreless. Certainly with the wind, Terry, field position is going to be a key the entire afternoon.
Wherever you start your drives is going to be important, and the longer you can chew time off the clock, the better off you're going to be. Manheim Central should stick to their running game here. Let's see if they go up top a couple times like they did their first drive of the game. Should also mention early on, John, that Manheim Central's got one heck of a kicker, too. The guy said 7 for 10 kicking this year, so if it comes down to a field goal or extra points, Manheim Central certainly has the nod.
John Phillips is the field goal kicker for Manheim Central. 7 of 10 coming in as long as at 36 yards, so we'll see if they will utilize him this afternoon.
If he gets that wind behind him, he'll be able to kick a 50-yarder today.
Slot near side. First man through. Good pickup to the 29. That's Strickler, their junior running back. 19 touchdowns this season. He's a workhorse.
Well, you know, I've been watching the Manheim Central offensive line. They really don't hold their blocks too long. It's just enough for the back to get through, though. Doing a great job.
And watch them run to that right side. Number 79, Mike Rule, goes 6'8", 320.
Wow.
Second down. Strickler again, up the middle. Pick up a 2 or 3 on the play. Third down.
It'll take a while for Berwick to get used to this offense. It is a quick hitting offense, and you have to make that initial hit near the line of scrimmage. Right now they're getting into the linebacker territory, and if the back is able to break the linebacker tackle, then he's off to the races and into the secondary.
George Curry told us earlier in the week, if you're not ready to defend this kind of offense, they can embarrass you.
Yep.
Third down and 4. Thompson audibleizing at the line. Miscommunication on the snap. Penalty flags.
That should be on Manheim.
The line went, but the ball didn't come up to the quarterback.
It's like everyone had one count and the center had another.
We have a dead ball foul. False start on the offense. It's still third down.
Les Bryant, the referee for today's championship ball game. The winner of today's game will go on to play the winner of Blackhawk and Lock Haven. We're also going at it as we speak. It is now 3rd down and 9. 3:47 to go, opening quarter. We are scoreless. Trips near side.
There looks to be confusion on Berwick's defense, too. They're shifting all around. They're trying to get the gaps.
Thompson throwing. Complete. 21-yard line. Close to the first down, and it looks like they have it. Let's watch it once again. Thompson throwing the football very well on the roll.
And he's got some speed. Berwick got real good pressure on this play. Kishbaugh was on his way, but Thompson releases it, and it was a nice pattern run by Joe Madigan. He hooked it up right inside of Orlando, got out of bounds, and made the catch. We'll have to check this penalty out.
We have a penalty flag back at the 36-yard line, and it is against the Barons.
Holding on the offense. It's still third down.
It's a 15-yard penalty from the point of infraction. Ball now spotted at the 46-yard line of Berwick. 3rd down, we'll call it 23.
Oh, we said it before, John. You don't beat Berwick by turning the ball over and having a lot of penalties, and Manheim Central is no exception. They have to keep that intact today, or Berwick will definitely take advantage.
Trips to the far side, wing to the near side. Thompson, quarterback draw. 40, 35. 4th down.
That time you had a situation where Bo Payne, the middle linebacker, was so concerned about the fullback because that's his man. He's got fullback responsibility that he totally went with Brett's. That made it wide open for the quarterback.
Watch it once again, great. Thompson, this was a design play.
Great call by Thompson. He sees the middle wide open. Bo Payne is to your right of your screen. He goes with the fullback. Look, it finally gets into the picture 7 yards too late.
Jason Thompson also doubles as the punter. He's back at the 49-yard line. Mason and Orlando back deep. And look at that kick. Tell me the wind didn't have an effect on that one. Right out of the end zone, and the Bulldogs will go on the offense from their own 20-yard line. 2:22 to go, opening quarter, and we are scoreless. Watch this punt once again. We would also like to remind you that we will be rebroadcasting this afternoon's game tonight at 1:30. If you don't plan on staying up, set your VCR. Once again, tonight's rebroadcast of this game scheduled for tonight at 1:30 a.m. right here on TV 22 WYOU.
It was a bad snap, too. Good pickup by Thompson. That ball had hit the ground and then just booted away. It was Berwick.
See Orlando calling for the fair catch. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Paulus keeps it, fakes the end around. The Barons didn't fall for it, no gain. Brett's number 44, the defensive end, held his position and put Paulus down at the 20.
Looks like Manheim Central did their homework, John. They defending this Berwick team better than anyone I've seen all year. They're really containing Paulus, try to keep him in that pocket. They know he's going to have trouble passing today, so they don't want him attacking the corners and running with the football because he's just as dangerous in that aspect of the game.
2nd and 9. Double slot for the Bulldogs. Paulus rolling. Complete at the 40. This is Bennett. Out of bounds at the 47-yard line of Manheim Central. Great play by Paulus. He waved to Bennett, waved him upfield, said go up the sideline, and then he hit him.
Well, here's Paulus here. He's going to roll out, and Bennett on the sidelines just hooks it up, and it takes off.
Bennett, what a big play guy this kid is. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Sobolewski, first man through to the 45, 44-yard line of the Barons.
First time Sobolewski's got a call this afternoon.
Jason Sobolewski, what a senior season he is having. 739 yards rushing, 18 touchdowns. He has a touchdown catch. He goes both ways. He's put 130 points just by himself on the scoreboard. Pick up a 4 in that last play, 2nd down and 6. Paulus with the fake. Has a little bit of running room to the 40-yard line.
Boy, George really has Ronnie on the run this afternoon. He's rolling out nearly every play. He's normally a straight drop-back type quarterback, but this time he's attacking the corners and doing a pretty good job of just wanting to run the football.
Ron Paulus over 500 yards rushing this season.
Tony
Ball came loose as you watch the replay, but luckily for the Bulldogs, it went out of bounds.
Saltasia pulling on the play, really had no one to block.
It will be 3rd down and 1. The ball just inside the 40-yard line. 52 seconds on the clock. It is stopped. There's an equipment repair going on in the Bulldog huddle right now. Ronnie Paulus working on his helmet. Of course, the question that will be answered in the months ahead, where will Ron Paulus go to college? A lot of people are saying Notre Dame, possibly Miami. We understand there are some Miami scouts at this ball game today. Stanford also in the hunt. 3rd down and 1. Paulus will keep it, and it looks like he has enough for the 1st down.
Oh, both Notre Dame and Miami are losing their quarterbacks. Who knows? Freshmen step right in and play Division I.
Well, you know, the rumor mill is going right now. Lou Holtz supposedly told Paulus he could start as a freshman at Notre Dame. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah. Pitt needs a quarterback, too. Alex Van Pelt's on his way out. I don't think he wants to go to Pitt.
Not right now, not with the situation at Pitt. Looking for a coach right now. Who knows who's going to be there next season. Just 24 seconds to go. Opening quarter, we are scoreless. Bulldogs are driving. Paulus, Sobolewski hit at the line. Maybe a yard. Just 6 seconds to go. Opening quarter. This is the Eastern Pennsylvania Championship. The first quarter is now complete. Manheim and Berwick are scoreless. We'll be back with 2nd quarter action right after this.
Berwick strikes first blood. Touchdown, Berwick. He is going. Touchdown, Berwick.
Congratulations, Berwick Bulldogs, from your friends at Ertley Berwick, 12th and Pine Streets in Berwick, Berwick Computer Center, 109 West Front Street in Berwick, and the Villa Capri Restaurant with the famous Bulldog Lounge.
There's no better relationship than a faithful and prudent friend. Those words were true when I wrote Poor Richard's Almanac, and they're true today. There's no friend more prudent and faithful than Franklin First. For years, Franklin First's strong financial base and commitment to service have made them this region's trusted investment partner. You want a bank you can have faith in? You know who to see.
Welcome back to Chocolate Town, USA, as we move into the 2nd quarter. Berwick and Manheim Central are scoreless. The Barons with the best of the 1st quarter, I would say.
Well, Berwick kept their 1st quarter shutout record intact. However, Manheim Central has shown its wares, and they are a formidable opponent for the Dogs here this afternoon.
First play, 2nd quarter, 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs. Sobolewski lone setback. He takes it off tackle, picks up a nice block to the 30-yard line.
Boy, he's a tough runner.
Pick up a 5 on that play. 3rd down. Will be 3rd down and 2. Watch it again. Sobolewski following his left side.
Big Jason just following Bob Krupp, who is pulling on the play. Krupp gets out there quickly, the left guard. Sobolewski getting some extra yards on his own, spinning and getting as much as he could.
Looked like that play was designed to go a little bit more inside. Sobolewski took it outside. 3rd down and 2.
Real tight
power
formation.
to the left side. Paulus keeps it. Paulus might go. Touchdown, Bulldogs. has rushed for 18 touchdowns this season. That is number 19, and what a great fake.
Well, George Curry is sticking to his game plan apparently this afternoon. Paulus has run the ball all afternoon. That time there was a huge opening on the left side. He took advantage, and he's very fast. He's deceivingly fast. He's got those long legs. He turned the corner, and nobody caught up to him. Great run by Paulus.
That is a 30-yard touchdown run.
Too much time.
Polisani kicks the extra point. Now it looks like the Bulldogs will go for 2.
We have a dead ball foul, encroachment by the defense.
Oh.
Half the distance, try the point.
How many times have we seen this? The other team jumps offside on the extra point, so then the Bulldogs bring out their offensive unit. Now they'll go for 2.
That's tangible evidence when a penalty can very well cost you on the scoreboard. It could be 1 point. Sobolewski right up the middle.
Sobolewski right up the middle. Does not get in. The Barons were guessing the same thing. 11:14 to go, second quarter. Berwick leads it, 6-0. Certainly a boost of confidence for the Bulldogs getting on the scoreboard after having a shaky first quarter.
Well, it was a great touchdown run by Paulus. Good call by Curry, sticking to his game plan. And before long, Ronnie Paulus is going to break one. He did so on that touchdown.
The Bulldogs are averaging 41 points per ball game. The Barons have only yielded 8 points a game. So we have a real battle against a great offensive team. So we watch the touchdown again, and a good defensive team.
Paulus fakes to Sobolewski inside. Great seal block there by number 89 for Berwick, Greg Michael. And that was just enough to spring Paulus out to the left side.
Also, Joe Knowles, number 82, is out there and put a nice block down. Sobolewski to boot it away. It's a low roller covered at the 30-yard line. And that is where Manheim Central will go on the offense first time, second quarter. Watch this two-point conversion play. Sobolewski up the middle, but the Barons were there as well.
Well, there was a hole there for a split second, but it shut down in a hurry. If Jason was a couple more feet closer to the line on the handoff, or maybe even Paulus could have took it in, because there was a hole there for a second.
First and 10. The ball is at the Manheim 29-yard line. Split back, slot far side. Strickler, big hole to the 38. Let's head on down to the sidelines once again and check in with Kevin Jordan.
John, I'm up in the stands, and you know how cold it is in the press box, how cold it is in the field. You should see how cold it is in the stands here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3. It's at least 3 blankets and 1 on the bench. What's your name, sir?
Tom Kenny from Elysburg.
Where are you from?
Elysburg.
What do you think about this?
Berwick fan from Elysburg.
The only Berwick fan from Elysburg. What do you think about the score right now?
I think it's great.
Are they going to win this game?
No doubt about it.
Let's hope so. John Terry, back to you. We're trying to keep warm up in the stands.
Okay, Kevin. Back to live action. The Barons, the 2nd and 1 opportunity. They pick up the first down to the 42-yard line. That last scoring drive, 8 plays, 80 yards, time of possession, 3 minutes and 8 seconds. The two-point conversion failed. The Berwick Bulldogs leading it 6-0. First down and 10, 10:16 to go, second quarter. Strickler met at the line.
Great play by Lispy.
John Lipsy, the junior defensive end, number 86 on the stick.
Called his name a lot last week. Hetler's also back in the game, too. He made the tackle on the previous play. It looks as if the Berwick defense is finally getting their wits about them. It's going to take a while to get used to this offense like we talked about at the beginning, but they're finally keying in on the gaps. The defensive ends, Lipsy and Sobolewski, are starting to pinch in and contain real well.
Second down and 9.
There's Bo Payne, blitz.
Thompson rolling, blitzes on. He has a man out there, but overthrows him. The blitz was on. Thompson had to rush it. He was throwing that side of the field where the wind gusts are really brutal and overthrew the wideout.
They brought everyone that time. Bo Payne lined up as the nose guard that time. Hetler shot the gap and nearly took Thompson's head off. That's a good call by Berwick on second down. They caught the Barons off guard. Thompson couldn't get out of the play in time.
Berwick philosophy is pressure on defense.
I tell you what, you see a play like that, normally your quarterback, you call a quick slant into your tight end, and that could go all the way because there's only like one defensive back there, the strong safety, and that could go for a touchdown. Thompson didn't have enough time, though.
Hetler, 32, blitzing from his inside linebacker position. Thompson to throw again. His arm is hit, and the ball is almost intercepted.
It's like Kishbaugh.
Kishbaugh, number 90, almost had himself a pickoff. The lineman's dream.
Yeah. Showed some speed on that play, too. Now, either this slipped out of his hand or it was batted. Yeah, well, his arm got hit. Kishbaugh almost had that. Someone got in from the left side, either Soboleski or Wolf or maybe even Weavers.
You know, the guys, when they watch films on Monday, will be giving Kishbaugh a hard time on that one. That's why he's playing defensive end and not tight end. Thompson to boot it away from his own 30. Pretty good kick. Orlando 35 to the 40, where Berwick will go on the offense.
Number 5, Chris Orlando on the punt return, brought down by number 84, Larry Bittery.
Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Berwick Area High School Marching Band, and then David DeCosmo had an opportunity to spend some time with, well, an institution around the Berwick Clubhouse. Bulldog General Manager Fritz the Catman Cercio. We're checking live with Andy Palumbo from Lackawanna County Stadium. Andy will have highlights from the AA Eastern Championship game featuring Valley View and Bermudian Springs. That's all coming up at halftime. Berwick 1st and 10 at their own 39. Slat to the near side. Paulus rolling. The blitz is on.
I saw that.
Complete. First down.
Soboleski.
Well, Greg Michael, the tight end, was that Soboleski or Michael?
Soboleski lined up as a tight end, and you just knew Berwick was going to go to him that time. They took everyone out of the backfield, split the field wide. Everyone was so concerned about the wideouts. Soboleski snuck up there and lined up as a tight end and slipped away. The linebackers were so concerned about the wideouts that he was wide open. And Paulus was looking at him all the way.
And the blitz was on. Paulus had all he could do to get that football away.
It was the perfect call on the perfect play.
First down and 10. Ball at midfield. Paulus to throw again. Incomplete.
Boy,
Orlando, the intended receiver.
He put such nice touch on the ball, even when it's windy. That was a good pass. Got it in between both the defensive, the safety, and the cornerback on that play. Just went a little wide and sailed out of bounds, but a good pass by Paulus.
Second down and 10, 8:29 to go. Second quarter, Berwick leading 6-0.
The wind seems to have died down just a little bit too, John. Look for Berwick to keep chucking it up.
The wind at 25 to 35 miles per hour, wind gusts at about 40. Second down, slot near side, Paulus over the middle, complete. Greg Michael, the tight end, to the 40-yard line, short of the first down. For Michael, who is an excellent blocker, this is his first reception of the season.
That's interesting. Michael gets his first reception of the season.
With all the great wideouts for Berwick, you really don't have to go to your tight end, but Michael is there cutting across the middle.
Well, this is the kind of day you want to go to your tight ends and your backs, so Michael may get a couple more catches before this thing's over.
A short passing game. Soboleski up the middle. First down and plenty.
Fullback Jason Soboleski on the carry, stopped by number 85, Lance
Wogelmuth, the middle linebacker, number 85, credited with the tackle. He is the leading tackler on Manheim Central. There you see Jason Soboleski. Goes about 225.
Would not want to tackle that guy. He is
a big kid.
Yep.
Number of Division I schools are after him. First down and 10. Slot near side. Paulus to throw again. The receiver slipped down at the 25-yard line. It is incomplete.
That was Orlando on the play, hooking up. He did lose his footing there for a moment, but he almost made the catch from his knees.
Bring up second down and 10. There you see several of the Berwick players huddling with George Curry, and also you see the Manheim Central kids. They have brought a portable heater along their sidelines and trying to keep warm.
That's got to be the kicker.
Yeah. You know where you could always find the kickers, right? By the heater.
Yeah.
Second down and 10. Ball at Manheim's 35. Sobolewski lone setback, slot near side. Paulus, the draw. Gets away, he's at the 30 to the 29. You think that was a design play?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Let's watch it again. Paulus looked like he might want to throw and then tucked it in on that quarterback draw.
Because I was watching Sobolewski, it looked like he was going to run a pattern, but then went right after the linebacker and made the block. Berwick has got a nice mismatch here because right now Manheim Central only has one linebacker, and that one linebacker is Nate Bell, 5'10", 150 pounds. If they can get Sobolewski matched up with him, that is a mismatch for Sobolewski.
Third down and 4 out of the eye. Sobolewski, first down. 22-yard line. Mike Sobolewski, the senior running back.
Boy, the left side just blew everything open that time, and everyone keying on Jason. He goes to the right side, get it to Mike on the left side, and a nice gain for Berwick. Sobolewski gets the first down. There's Jason going to the right side, everybody going to the right, and Sobolewski with a nice cut there. Jordan Keller couldn't make the tackle.
Ben Deppen did. First down and 10, 6:23 to go, second quarter, clock is running. Jason Sobolewski up the middle, there's a hole, 15, 14-yard line.
He never seems to go down after that first tackle. Even if he's on his way down, he somehow lunges forward for a couple extra yards. That time he did it again.
The Bulldogs just have so many weapons. You key on Jason Sobolewski, and then on a key third down play, Mike Sobolewski gets the football.
Yeah, last week John Joseph and I were shocked that Ryan Mason was just tearing the field up. Everyone's keying on Orlando Sobolewski and Paulus, and Mason had himself a field day.
Second down and 2.
Good play.
Paulus, the keeper. Paulus for the first down. That's about 5 or 6 carries for Ronnie Paulus thus far, including that touchdown run.
Here's a look at it from the line of scrimmage. Paulus faking the reverse there to Sobolewski. Pull the guard to the right side, and Paulus brings it around the left for a pretty decent gain.
At 6'3", 215, Paulus coming at you is a load as well.
Now they can still get a first down here, and so they don't have to score. They can get a first down at about the 6-foot line.
First and 10, slot near side, Sobolewski.
Oh,
at
man.
the 2-yard line. Half the Manheim Central defense on the tackle.
Put some reins on that boy. He's a horse. Man, oh, man. Just carried the whole team with him.
Well, this is the kind of day where you're going to use your fullback, and a guy like Jason Sobolewski, boy, you want him on your team.
Hey, usually the only time he carries the ball is in the second half for Berwick when they're blowing a team out. Jason's loving this. Maybe he'll carry the ball 25 times today, and he'll get better as the day goes on. Trust me.
Second and 2, penalty flag and a whistle. Let's wait on the call. There you see Mike Williams, the head coach of Manheim Central.
You have a dead ball foul, encroachment by the defense. That's half the distance. Second down.
He didn't have that haircut a couple weeks ago.
In fact, you saw him last week, and he didn't have that haircut. He's in his 12th year as the head coach at Manheim Central. Half the distance to the goal. Second down and 1. Sobolewski at the goal line.
Oh, he definitely has the first down. So they're going to have 4 plays to punch it in here.
Manheim Central with 3 penalties, 20 yards. Berwick just 1 for 5. There you see George Curry calling the offense. They'll have 4 cracks from the half-yard line to get into the end zone.
Oh, they're not giving it to him. Maybe they should definitely bring the chains out to measure here. It looks like he's got that first down.
Now the kicker has brought a couple of the other guys over to the heater as well.
Look what I found.
Said, look what I found over here, guys. They are bringing the chains in, and they will measure.
Well, you know, John, we've lucked out the past few weeks. We haven't been caught up in November football at all. So I guess we're getting our just desserts. Jeez, it's cold today.
Berwick still needs a couple more inches to go for a first down, so we'll call it 3rd and 1. 4 minutes, 12 seconds to go, second quarter. The Bulldogs are looking to add to their 6-0 lead. They're coming off back-to-back shutouts in the Eastern Conference playoffs. They have one going today. Soboleski. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Touchdown, Berwick. 1-yard touchdown run by number 99, Jason Soboleski for the Bulldogs. Touchdown.
Touchdown number 20 on the season for Jason Soboleski.
Well, we'll definitely go for 2 here. No doubt about it. I would think I would go for 2 anyway, John.
The Bulldog lead at 12-0. They were stopped on their last 2-point conversion, and it looks like they'll go for it here.
You have to go for 2 because they have an automatic kicker. Does Manheim Central? He's definitely going to kick 2 extra points. So 14-13. So you got to at least get 14 points.
Split backfield, slot to the far side. Mason in motion.
He's got
Hollis to throw, wide open. Soboleski. Bulldog lead now at 14-0. Jason Soboleski, 130 points he has scored this season. He has 8 more here this afternoon. 4 minutes to go. Second quarter. Berwick's lead at 14-0. Watch it again.
Well, let's check it out on the telestrator. Right here, you got this guy's going to trail right across the middle. Soboleski's right here. He's going to come up here, release, and he is wide open. Short drop by Paulus. He gets the ball to him. Let's check it out. There's your...
Okay, this was the touchdown. That was the dive play. That was the dive play. On the 2-point conversion is what Terry's telestrator was a diagram for. Back to live action. Ryan Mason will kick it off. Orlando will hold. Short kick. Still loose at the 10. And the Barons in all kinds of trouble. They'll go on the offense from their own 13.
Well, if we can, we'll try to get a shot of that extra point because that was a great play. The touchdown, just a straight plunge up the middle by Soboleski. It was a great call on that extra point, and that's going to be a key play in this ball game because they needed those 2 points.
And all of a sudden, the momentum has shifted. Let's watch that 2-point conversion once again.
Now here you got Orlando. He's going to come across the middle. Soboleski here is going to release. Wide open. 2 points.
Jordan Keller, the linebacker, number 4, and Wolgamette, the middle linebacker. They tried to get over to cover Soboleski, but forget about it.
Soboleski is going to be key this afternoon in that offensive attack because just due to the fact of the weather so bad.
That last scoring drive, 12 plays, 61 yards, time of possession, 4 minutes. The end result, a 1-yard touchdown run by Jason Soboleski. Officials timeout down on the field. Right now, let's check in with Kevin Jordan.
John, I don't need to tell you how cold it is here, and obviously it's a factor in the game. And Kristen Anderson, who's the captain of the Berwick cheerleaders, how are you folks keeping warm down here?
Oh, you know, jumping, keeping the spirit alive.
And you came up with a new cheer, right?
Right.
Let's hear it.
All right. Go, John! Go, Terry! Go, John! Go, Terry! Go, John! Go, Terry!
They have a Go John and Go Terry cheer. I'm going to get them to work on their Go Kevin cheer. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kevin. And check on those earmuffs as well. On that last play, the Bulldogs coming on the blitz, and Thompson took a lick.
He absolutely got crushed and didn't even see it coming. Right when he makes the turn, I'm not sure who made the hit. I think it may have been Soboleski or Kishbaugh. We'll have to try to get another look at it. Could have even been Bo Payne on a blitz, but Now there's Bo Payne, number 40. Now watch, coming from your left side. It's going to be a white blur coming into the screen. And I believe that was Kishbaugh, number 90.
number 90.
Wow. Thompson is still down.
Kishbaugh having quite a season. 13 sacks coming into this ball game.
Technically, he wasn't blindsided because it was coming to his face, but as soon as he turned, Kishbaugh was there, and that's just as bad as getting blindsided because he took it right in his face, right in the front side, and got laid
Jason
out.
Thompson, a junior quarterback, not a big kid, goes 5'10", 160 pounds. So you have Kishbaugh coming at you. It's going to hurt.
John, we should add, too, Thompson, Bretz, and Strickler, the main guys in this offense, are all juniors. The two running backs and the quarterback, all juniors. So this team's going to be around for a while.
3rd down and 8. Bob Smoker, number 12, came in to play quarterback on that 3rd down play. No pickup, 4th down and 8. And the Barons will have to boot it away.
They ran the option, and it was a sloppy-looking option. You got to expect that when a new quarterback gets into the game, but Berwick sniffed that one out perfectly and shut it right down. Lipsy's having himself a real good game.
You know, you couldn't help but notice before the game, George Curry really was loose and in great spirits. He was kidding around with all his players. They were throwing the football around with the wind and kicking that football, and they really were having a good time. They've been here before, experienced team, and they know there's no sense getting tense and uptight about this thing. Go out there and have fun.
Well, one thing we should add, too, is Dante Pecorelli, number 11 for Berwick, is suited up this afternoon. We've been talking about him for a couple of weeks now, John. Of course, he's got that broken collarbone he sustained in the Williamsport game. He is suited up, and if need be, he may actually play this afternoon. That's an amazing recovery by that young man.
Well, Jason Thompson is back in the ball game. He will punt the football away inside his own 5-yard line. Mason and Orlando are back at the 40 to receive. Good snap. Thompson bobbles it. Short kick. The Dogs will let it bounce. And it will roll dead at the 34-yard line. Bulldogs with big field position once again. 2:33 to go, 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to get more points on the board.
Dead, the appropriate word. The wind just killed that punt that time. You know, John, I'm surprised Berwick isn't coming after these punts, because in the game that I saw Manheim Central play, they had an awful lot of problems with their punting team. This is the second bad snap on the day. And Thompson, who was injured in the previous play, you know, that ball's coming back there wobbling. That should be a nice spiral snap, and it wasn't. Thompson had a little bit of trouble.
1st down and 10 for the Dogs. Throw over the middle. It's complete. Hetler, the tight end, and a 1st down. So we talked about it on the last drive. Paulus going to the tight end. Michael has a reception, and now Hetler.
Keep working it all day long. Hetler just holds his block maybe for a count, releases quickly on the right side. See him slip underneath his defender there, and he's got like 3 steps on him, and he's wide open. Big gain.
Officials timeout down on the field. They're going to measure the football at the 23-yard line. The winner of this game this afternoon will play for the state championship next weekend in Altoona. They will play the winner of the Lock Haven Blackhawk game, which is going on right now.
Well, Berwick has settled down nicely. They got a nice groove here. Curry came out with a sustained game plan, and that was Paulus running the football on the option. Now they're going to Sobolewski, mixing it up to the tight ends. They really have Manheim Central on their heels and guessing.
1st and 10 for the 24. Paulus looking. Paulus throwing. Complete. Mason. Out of bounds, 14-yard line.
Paulus took quite a hit on that play, too, but what a ball. He just got that one perfectly to Mason. I tell you, Mason is tough. He got open that time right down the sidelines, and Ronnie zipped it in there. Check the hit that Paulus took on this play. Gary Fittery comes right at him. He's in his face. This guy is big, too, 221 pounds, and he puts Ronnie to the turf.
2nd down and 1. Paulus to throw again. Under pressure. Complete.
Whoa.
At the goal line. B.J. Hayes. 1st and goal for Berwick. And Paulus is in a groove.
They're calling for a timeout, but what a throw by Paulus. Man, he was falling backwards. He had no balance whatsoever. That was all arm, and he just zipped it in there.
There's nothing more discouraging to a defensive lineman than you give the opposing quarterback your best shot, and he just bounces right back on his feet.
And you got to watch Paulus again on this play. He's backpedaling all the way. He waits as long as he can before he can get this ball off, and he does so with incredible amount of velocity. It was just a fastball down the middle.
Paulus reminds me a lot of Elway, the way he just keeps cocking that arm until he gets ready to let it go.
He'll buy enough time as need be, and you know, he's not afraid to take a hit. You're not going to knock him out of the game. It's going to take quite a blow to knock this guy out. Paulus is tough.
1 minute, 42 seconds to go here in the first half. The Bulldogs lead at 14-0 and looking to score some more points right now. First and goal, the ball is down at the 1-yard line. Bulldogs with 1 timeout remaining. There you see the tight end, Hetler, talking with the coaches on the sideline.
Wind or no wind, Berwick is still throwing the football. I talked to assistant coach John Pruitt before the game, and I said, boy, this wind's really going to affect your passing game. And he's like, no, it won't.
You talk about spreading the wealth. Paulus has thrown to 6 different receivers in this game. So Sobolewski up the gut. No indication as yet.
Looked like he broke the play. We're not going to say touchdown, though.
Second down and goal. Clock continues to run. We're accustomed to seeing Sobolewski on that dive play from the 1 just bust right through everybody and walk into the end zone.
Yeah.
Second and goal. Sobolewski, touchdown, Bulldogs.
Fullback number 99, Jason Sobolewski on the carry for the Bulldogs.
Well, there's that 3-touchdown lead we're so accustomed to seeing. Took a while, but once again, Berwick's going to be up by 3 at halftime.
Jason Sobolewski with his second touchdown of the ball game. Berwick's lead at 20-0. Man, are these guys on a run. First, they beat Shamokin 49-0 in the Eastern Conference semifinals, and 35-0 over North Pocono last weekend. Now 20-0 over Manheim Central in the first half this afternoon. Paulus on for the extra point. Orlando with the hold. The kick is up, and it's good. 1 minute, 9 seconds to go before halftime. Berwick with a 3-touchdown lead. It's 21-0. The Bulldogs, with their 3 touchdowns here this afternoon, have now scored 82 touchdowns this season.
There's nothing fancy on this play here. You got Sobolewski. He's going to go right up the middle. This hole is going to open up, and we'll watch the line surge by the Berwick offense. They get low. They get very low, and Sobolewski just ducks it in.
The thing about that Berwick line, they're not really that big, but their technique is fantastic.
Right.
So Manheim Central had the best of this first quarter. Opening drive, knocking on the door against the Bulldogs, but they turned the football over. Then a couple of costly penalties as well, stalled a couple of other drives. And then Berwick here in the second quarter, well, they've put it all together. 3 touchdowns, 2 by Jason Sobolewski, 1 by Ronnie Paulus. And the Bulldog lead at 21-0. Ryan Mason to kick it off.
He's the man getting it done too, John, running and passing. The wind isn't affecting him at all.
Fittery back at the 10. Out over the 30-yard line to the 33.
Heck of a return.
That last scoring drive, 5 plays, 34 yards, time of possession, 1 minute, 21 seconds. Jason Sobolewski with his second touchdown of the game.
You know, John, I always say it, I'd want to see Paulus in a 2-minute drill. We haven't been able to see him in a 2-minute drill all year long because they have such a big lead. That was kind of a 2-minute drill, the last drive, because the clock was running down, and boy, he can really kill you.
The Barons better be careful here. If they play it safe, Berwick gets the football back, they'll go for more.
Oh, sure.
Thompson the throw. Complete far sideline. Mason on the tackle. Madigan on the reception. Second down.
Brought down by Ryan Mason for Berwick.
Right now, the Barons, I'm sure, want to get into the locker room and regroup.
If they can at least gain 40 yards, get down near the 20, they can at least attempt a field goal. They have to get that goose egg off the board before halftime.
There you're taking a look on the Berwick sidelines. That's number 72, Tony Saltation. the senior lineman. They're checking his right knee.
He's tough.
Back to live action. Thompson throwing. Incomplete.
Totally sailed on him, John.
He's throwing to that side of the field where the wind is coming at him.
Well, they're going to be faced with that all afternoon in the second half. Down by 3 touchdowns, they're going to be forced to throw the football.
Watch it once again, and if you think about all the Berwick passing plays, they're either to the middle of the field or to the far sideline. This time Thompson throwing right into the wind.
Look at that. That just keeps going. Ball got higher as it kept going.
3rd down and 5. 11 seconds to go before the halftime. Thompson setting up the screen, middle screen. It's complete. Mason with the tackle. And the first half has 2 seconds, just 2 seconds on the clock.
I'm not sure what happened to Bill Hetler on that play because he was right there to make the tackle, and he was waving his arms. I don't know if he was mad at himself, if he slipped, if he got held or what, because he was right there to make the tackle.
This was screen all the way.
Got away. Yeah, got away. It was just a simple middle screen. Maybe a little late there, but...
well, the Bulldogs, they know they have Thompson hurting or taking their shots. This is Fittery, the tight end.
Kind of just lost his balance. Bo Payne then didn't have enough speed to catch up, and it was a decent gain there by Manheim Central. They're going to take a shot at the end zone at least here with a couple seconds remaining on the clock.
We talked about what a fine field goal kicker they have in John Phillips. His longest of the season, 36 yards. Who knows what could happen in this win?
Yeah, they're not in field goal range. They're not even Morton Anderson's field goal range. They're going to have to take a shot at the end zone.
Well, they have called a timeout. This is where you see some of those junk plays. Maybe the old hook and ladder.
Right.
Anything you can draw up in the dirt out there to see if you can get it into the end zone. There you see part of this large Berwick contingent. They made the 2-hour ride this morning. I would guesstimate 4,000 to 5,000 Berwick fans here for this ball game. Trips to the near side. Final play, first half. Thompson completes it. Big stick. B.J. Hayes on the stick. And that concludes the first half. It's the Eastern Pennsylvania Championship. Berwick leading Manheim Central 21-0. We'll be back with halftime activities right after this.
What do physical therapists do?
Your independent physical therapist performs a thorough evaluation and designs an individualized treatment program, including home exercises, to prevent the problem from returning.
How can I get physical therapy?
In Pennsylvania, you must be referred to a physical therapist by a physician. Your therapist and physician will then work closely together to determine the best treatment program for you. In Berwick, it's Basal Physical Therapy, 759-0389.
Berwick strikes first one. Touchdown, Berwick. He is going. Touchdown, Berwick.
Congratulations, Berwick Bulldogs, from your friends at Ertley Berwick. 12th and Pine Streets in Berwick. Berwick Computer Center, 109 West Front Street in Berwick. And the Villa Capri restaurant with the famous Bulldog Lounge.
How would you turn this space into your personal hydrotherapy center? Just add water. For warm water therapy, soothing relaxation. Soft Tub is the spa of infinite possibilities.
Counting on your home equity? Count on Franklin First to make the most of it. Why? Let me count the ways. Start with a simple application and quick response, and you end up with sensible terms and low monthly payments you can live with. Who can you count on for a great equity line? You know who to see.
Today's WYOU Sports Eastern Pennsylvania Championship game is brought to you by Franklin First Savings Bank. When it comes to banking, see Franklin First. Alaska Company Incorporated in Bloomsburg. Basel Physical Therapy, providing the highest quality physical therapy services for the greater Berwick area since 1983.
Welcome back to Hershey Park Stadium, everybody. John Nugent along with Terry Kern. We are at halftime. Berwick is leading Manheim Central by the count of 21-0. Berwick really putting it together. Second quarter, in fact, they scored on their last 3 possessions.
Well, early on, Manheim Central seemed to have a very good defensive scheme to attack Berwick. They were really going at him very well, and they played the wind to the hill, but it's just a matter of time before Berwick is going to get to you. Paulus was throwing the ball with near perfection on those to the tight ends and backs, and he's going to get you sooner or later.
And Paulus is certainly in a groove. He's thrown the ball to 6 different receivers in that first half.
Yeah. In the second half, we're going to use this telestrator a lot more.
Terry's telestrator.
This is the first game we've used this. I've used it anyway, so it'll take a little time getting used to, but
you're getting pretty good on that. I'll tell you what, I think you're 2 for 3 anyway. Right now, we're going to check in with the Berwick Area High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Ron Wasser. They are very proud to have completed a very successful competition season with the recent appearance in the Tournament of Bands Atlantic Coast Championships at Lackawanna County Stadium. The program begins with Brasilia, then a medley of swing tunes from the 50s and 60s, and then a hoedown called Brass Roots. Ron Wasser and the Berwick Area Senior High School Marching Band. Mr. Ron Wasser. It is halftime. Berwick is leading Manheim Central 21-0. When we come back, we're going to check in with the Catman and David DeCosmo as well, right after this.
The greater Berwick area has a population of 22,000 people. The community is situated along the Susquehanna River about 30 miles southwest of Wilkes-Barre and is readily accessible from Interstate Route 80. The school district serves over 3,500 students and encompasses 101 square miles. The senior high school houses 880 students in grades 9 through 12. The high school staff, including teachers, administrators, and members of pupil services, totals 68 professional employees. Academically, students enjoy a wide variety of choices when selecting areas of study. They are guided into college preparatory, business education, or general education, with all three offering varied electives. Every year, well over 60% of our graduates go on to post-secondary education. In addition to an excellent balance of academic offerings, Berwick students are provided with a wide variety of extracurricular activities. There are 18 interscholastic varsity sports programs. There are also 24 clubs and organizations, including academic achievement groups, musical groups, publications, dramatic, and service organizations. Berwick High School is proud of the achievements of its students and the community's continued support of the total educational program.
For expert equipment, one name says it, Valley Rental. From the best in aerial platforms in all shapes and sizes, to aerators and augers for the yard, and a complete line of contractors' equipment. Check us out. Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5, Saturday, 7:30 to 4. Valley Rental at the corner of Hazel Street and Wilkes-Barre Boulevard, Wilkes-Barre.
Dominic Roussel, Claude Boyven, Al Conroy, moving on. Kimby Daniels, Yannick Dupre, Yannick DeGrace, moving in. Tim Tukey is back for another season. Can he lead this new blood to a Calder Cup playoff berth? Which Bears will merge as stars? You decide. Catch the excitement of Hershey Bears hockey. Tickets are available for all home games. Call the Hershey Park Arena box office today. 534-3911.
Baywatch turns the tide, riding a new wave of action, adventure, danger, drama, romance, and rescue. Catch the crest of excitement with David Hasselhoff and the men and women of Baywatch.
Saturday night at 7 on WYOU.
Help fight crime in Pennsylvania. Watch News 22's Crime Stoppers report tonight at 11.
Welcome back to Hershey Park Stadium, everybody. It is halftime. Berwick leading Manheim Central 21-0. You know, this Berwick football program, well, it has been a powerhouse for several years now. Guys like George Curry and all these great players have been getting quite a bit of attention over the years, but anybody who has visited that Berwick clubhouse knows all about the Catman.
The Catman and his staff. He's got a bunch of those little guys running around. It's like his little army of ball boys, but the Catman do. Yeah, he does a great job.
Well, David DeCosmo had a chance to meet the Catman and his peanuts, and David joins us right now to tell us all about the guy behind the scenes, the Cat.
Behind every successful bulldog, there's a cat. This is Ernest Saraceno, known to everyone in Berwick as the Cat. His love of football, make that love of Berwick football, started in 1927.
I went in the days when we were playing down at the Fowler Field. It was only a baseball field. No stadium, no benches, no nothing.
The players get all the attention, whether they're playing or practicing for a big game, but if you take the time to look around a little, you're bound to spot the Cat. He seems to be everywhere. He sweeps and cleans. He makes sure the footballs are on the practice field ahead of the team. You'll find him in the locker room helping the players suit up every day. Wherever he's needed, he's there. He's as much a part of the team as any quarterback it's ever had. And the quarterback will be the first guy to tell you so.
The Cat is the spirit of Berwick football. He's a great guy. He'll do anything you need. He'll get you anything you need. He'll do anything for you. He's been around here all my years, and I know many of his years he's been here. And it's a lot of fun. He really gives you something to look forward to when you come down here.
Seems like the Cat is always busy with something around the football field, but you won't often see him run. He tells us there's a very good reason for that.
Coach doesn't want me to run because of my speed. Every time I go out there and run by our team, they get pneumonia from the breeze. Everybody gets sick.
The Cat is big with coaches, not just Berwick's coach, but George Curry proudly displays a large picture of himself standing side by side with the Cat. He says Saraceno is a great man and a big help.
And I tell you what else he is. He's Mr. Spirit. He is symbolic of the Berwick football spirit. Here's a guy, 78 years old. You'll see him out with a towel, swinging a towel. He fires the kids up. He challenges them when they come in on game day. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. Catman, we love you.
The Cat is also known for his habit of handing out peanuts, lots of peanuts. If Berwick and the Cat have their way, he'll be doing that and all those other things for a long time to come.
I won't stop. Even at my age, I won't stop. I'm going to die on a football field.
Thank you very much, David. Halftime activities continue here at Hershey Park Stadium. Berwick leading Manheim Central 21-0. When we come back, we'll check in live at Lackawanna County Stadium with Andy Palumbo and an update on that Valley View Bermudian Springs ball game right after this.
Geraldo's got it all. Monday.
Basically, I would do anything I had to do in order to get drugs.
Tuesday. Their kids married each other. Wednesday.
Where are all the single guys?
They're in the Bachelor book. Thursday.
Who claimed his body?
Another woman. Grave tales of death and deceit. And Friday. What if your lover had AIDS and hid it from you? Talk about topics. It's on Geraldo.
Monday morning at 10 on WYOU.
Are you ready for fun?
Great, because the new Family Feud is flying high with excitement.
And something that might spoil an airplane flight.
Getting nauseous.
Bad weather.
We're on a crash course with some of the most entertaining
people
you'll ever meet. So if you are looking for fun,
only I would ask that question.
You know where to look.
Where?
Right here, all this week on the new Family Feud.
Monday afternoon at 5 on WYOU.
For expert equipment, one name says it. Valley Rental. From the best in aerial platforms in all shapes and sizes to aerators and augers for the yard. And a complete line of contractors' equipment. Check us out. Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5. Saturday, 7:30 to 4. Valley Rental at the corner of Hazel Street and Wilkes-Barre Boulevard, Wilkes-Barre.
Dominic Rousseau, Claude Boyven, Al Conroy, moving on. Kimby Daniels, Yannick Dupre, Yannick DeGrace, moving in. Tim Tukey is back for another season. Can he lead this new blood to a Calder Cup playoff berth? Which Bears will merge as stars? You decide. Catch the excitement of Hershey Bears hockey. Tickets are available for all home games. Call the Hershey Park Arena box office today. 534-3911.
Hey, kids, it's cool to have dreams of success. These kids did. You can do it too. Be a KidCast reporter. Watch WYOU's KidCast Saturday mornings every hour on the hour from 7 a.m. till noon. Kids are awesome.
Welcome back, everybody. Right now, we're going to check in with Andy Palumbo out at Lackawanna County Stadium, where we understand the snow is falling for that Valley View Bermudian Springs Eastern Conference AA ball game. Andy?
John, exactly right. The snow's been falling all morning here at Lackawanna County Stadium. The place sort of has a Christmassy look. It slowed down a little bit. The sun is peeking out. We've had a wild first half. Valley View out in front by a score of 18-0. Valley View, a team that usually does well with a run, did very well in the first half here with some passing plays. Let's take a look at some first half highlights. In the first quarter, Valley View gets its first score on a pass. It was a 60-yarder, George Hawanitz to Mike Shemnosky. Valley View misses the extra point. At that point, they were up by a score of 6-0. Tough footing here. We've had a snowy, snow-covered field all morning. They've been brushing it off periodically, but footing is very tough out here so far this afternoon. As we move on into the second quarter, after a long drive, Mike Conahan runs in the ball from the 2-yard line. Valley View then up 12-0. They missed the two-point conversion. There was one other score in the second half as you join us live here from Lackawanna County Stadium. Another long pass, Hawanitz to Shemnosky. 2 plays later, there was a quarterback keeper, ran it in from about 2 yards. They missed the conversion. It is 18-0. Valley View leads Bermudian Springs live here at Lackawanna County Stadium. We will be back after the game with more highlights. Tell you exactly what happened here. Let's take it right now back to Hershey Park. John Nugent and Terry Gurn.
Thank you very much, Andy Palumbo. Checking out some of the first half action from this ball game. Second quarter, scoreless game. Ronnie Paulus went to work.
Well, here you got Paulus. He's going to have a reverse pivot hand off to Sobolewski. See all these guys? They're looking at, they're watching Sobolewski. Sobolewski's going to jump up the middle. Meanwhile, Paulus is just going to scoot around here, gets a couple nice seal blocks out here, and you'll see him break away to the end zone, 30 yards. The reverse pivot. Sobolewski into the line, jumps up. Everybody thinks he's got the ball. No way. Look at all that real estate. Paulus takes advantage. Good seal block by Joel Knowles. Just enough to spring Paulus to the end zone.
Even Craig Michael is out there. He was looking for anybody to block, but there was nobody there. Great fake by Sobolewski. And it was Jason Sobolewski who scored the other 2 touchdowns for Berwick in this ball game. A couple of short dives, and there you see one of them.
Nothing fancy, just right up the gut.
It is halftime. Berwick is leading Manheim Central 21-0. We'll be back with more right after this.
Today's WYOU Sports Eastern Pennsylvania Championship game is brought to you by the First National Bank of Berwick, Alaska Company Incorporated in Bloomsburg, Basel Physical Therapy, providing the highest quality physical therapy services for the greater Berwick area since 1983.
The First National Bank of Berwick, in touch with local residents for over 127 years. We'll still be here tomorrow, ready to fill your needs with quality personal service. Visit the First National Bank of Berwick at 5 convenient locations. We're staying in touch with you in downtown Berwick, on 3rd Street in Nescopeck, on Fowler Avenue in East Berwick, on Fries Avenue, Berwick, and on Route 11, Scott Township. Ask about the convenient services of personal touch banking. The First National Bank of Berwick, always in touch with you.
Berwick strikes first blood. Touchdown, Berwick. He is going. Touchdown, Berwick.
Congratulations, Berwick Bulldogs, from your friends at Ertley Berwick. 12th and Pine Streets in Berwick. Berwick Computer Center, 109 West Front Street in Berwick. And the Villa Capri Restaurant with the famous Bulldog Lounge.
How can physical therapy help me?
Your independent physical therapist uses the latest, most effective treatment techniques and emphasizes individualized instruction through home exercises and self-treatment.
Will my insurance cover therapy?
Physical therapy is covered by motor vehicle, Medicare, workers' compensation, major medical, and other plans. In most cases, we will file your insurance forms for you. In Berwick, it's Basel Physical Therapy, 759-0389.
If you use electric heat, this Alaska Stoker stove will save you up to $1,000 or more every year. This beautiful cast iron Stoker stove can heat your entire house and water, and you don't need to build a chimney. Plus, Alaska stoves are automatic. They burn up to 4 days at a time, and you never shake a grate. Alaska Stoker stoves. See one burning today. Call 1-800-HOT-BTUs for your nearest Alaska stove dealer. That's 1-800-HOT-BTUs.
Kevin Jordan back at Hershey Park Stadium, where the Berwick Bulldogs lead the Manheim Central Barons 21-0 at halftime. Here's Manheim's coach, Mike Williams. Coach, 21-0, the first quarter scoreless. Your team seemed to be able to move the ball on Berwick in the first quarter. Second quarter, a different story.
Well, Berwick's a great football team, and that's the story of the game right now. We're getting beat by a much better football team, more intense and more hitting going on. We're making a number of mental mistakes, and could be the intimidation factor. But we've made a share of mistakes in that first half to last us a season. But right now, Berwick's a better football team. They're playing well.
Coach, you thought early when I talked to you before the game that the passing wouldn't be a factor in this game because of the wind.
Well, Berwick is doing a pretty good job with the passing game, and right now it's awful tough when you're into the wind. They couldn't do much in the first quarter, and we couldn't do much in that second quarter. The wind is just so severe, you really can't throw more than about a 10-yard pass into the wind.
Okay, Coach, good luck to you in the second half.
Thank you.
Coach Mike Williams of Manheim Central. I'm getting blown over by the wind, John. Give you an idea how bad it is down here. John Terry, back to you.
Hang on. It's pretty tough up here as well. Taking a look at our WIOU Pepsi halftime statistics, and right down the board, Berwick leads in just about every category.
97 yards rushing. A lot of that is because of Ron Paulus. Also only one penalty and no turnovers. Central Manheim's one turnover ended up in the first touchdown of the game by Berwick, so that was a key turnover. I kind of tend to differ with Mike Williams, though. I don't think his team's too intimidated, not by the way they came out anyway, because they came out all fired up. They marched right down the field and you know, turn the ball over, and they had a problem with that. But, geez, I don't think they look too intimidated. They might be a little down right now because they're down 21-0, but like a pretty good team to me. Surprising.
These Berwick Bulldogs have some pretty good fans as well. You have to wonder what might have happened if Manheim goes in on that opening drive instead of turning the football over on the fumble.
Right, because you have Berwick in a situation where they had never had been all year long. Somebody scored on us in the first quarter. What do we do? They might have started panicking. I highly doubt it with Curry on the sidelines, but you never know. But regardless, that point is moot because right now Berwick is on top big.
Yeah, I could go for some hot chocolate, a couple of pretzels right now, guys.
Hint.
That's a little hint. The Eastern Pennsylvania Championship is at stake here this afternoon at Hershey Park Stadium. 4,000 to 5,000 Berwick Bulldog fans have made the trip to Hershey Park here this morning. A lot of hunting vests out there as well, taking a day out of the woods to come here and cheer on their football team. Manheim Central won the opening coin toss. They elected to receive, so they will kick it away here in the second half. The second half of this Eastern Pennsylvania Championship game is underway. Hayes at the 10, to the 20, 25, 30, 32-yard line. Good field position for the Bulldogs, who lead it 21-0.
B.J. Hayes is going to be a good one for Berwick. He will guaranteed be the featured back next year in this Berwick attack. He is quite a runner. He's got a lot of potential.
22-yard kickoff return by B.J. Hayes. He had a key reception in that first half that put the ball right on the Manheim 1-yard line, and then Soboleski took it in for the touchdown. First play, second half, Berwick leads at 21-0. Slot far side, Soboleski shifts into the eye. Mike Soboleski with the handoff to the 35, second down.
Tony Saltasia pulled down the play, and Soboleski just said, get going, big guy. I'm right on your tail.
Good to see Saltasia starting off this third quarter. He was on the bench late in that first half, and they were looking at his right knee.
There he is pulling from the left tackle position, and Soboleski ducks it in behind him for a couple of yards.
Week in and week out, George Curry, when talking about his ball club, will always mention the name of Tony Saltasia and the blocking that he's done.
Yep.
Mason now in the eye, and the handoff. Nice hold. He's at the 40. Could have the first down. Let's see where they'll spot it.
Well, once again, Berwick got in a good situation. Manheim Central called the blitz that time. They picked it up nicely. The back got by the linebackers before because they got caught up in all the mess in the line of scrimmage. And they got into the secondary.
Ryan Mason is a great story. Here's a kid who played football with just about every member of this Manheim Central football team through the Pee Wee leagues. He is from that area. Went to school with all these kids, and then his family moved to the Berwick area 4 or 5 years ago. And now he's on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
That must be a strange feeling for him. Playing against guys he knows.
It is a first down for the Bulldogs.
Well, I got a feeling they're just going to grind this out. They're going to see if they can chew up much of the clock in the third quarter, get a 4th touchdown, and really ice this thing.
First down and 10. Ball at the Berwick 40-yard line. Trips near side. Soboleski over the 45, 46-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, second down.
Jason, buckle in, pal. You're going to get a lot of work.
You know, a lot of these scouts come to see Ronnie Paulus, and then they see Jason Soboleski. And I'll tell you what, their eyes are bugging out of their heads. Second down and 5. This time a double slot. Mason comes in motion. Shifts into the eye. Mason with his second carry. And loses about a yard. Kevin Jordan is in the stands with a very special guest. Kevin, take it away.
Okay, I'm here with the coach of the Miami Hurricanes, Dennis Erickson. Coach, what do you think of this football game first?
Well, there's two good football teams and two good programs playing, and it's fun to be in Pennsylvania, and I'll tell you, the enthusiasm of the crowd is really special.
No doubt you're taking a look here at Ron Paulus.
Well, I can't talk about recruiting over the air, but I'm here to watch the game, yeah.
What do you think of Paulus as a quarterback?
Well, I can't talk about anything like that.
Okay, I understand. Okay. How about this weather?
I like the weather, but it's a little nippy.
Coach, thanks very much.
All right, thank you.
Coach Dennis Erickson of the Miami Hurricanes. John, he knows a little bit about football, too.
And the weather, because that's quite a tan Mr. Erickson has as well.
Hey, he just came up to see a good football game. There weren't many going on this weekend in Florida, right?
Sure. I'll trade places with him.
No doubt he's looking at Paulus. I tell you what, any doubts that Paulus was a Division I quarterback, they should be put to rest now. Dennis Erickson in the stands. It's quite a testament.
Back to live action. 4th down and 6 for the Bulldogs. Now they shift into punt formation. Nobody jumps. Paulus will boot it away. Good kick into the wind. Hits at the 30, gets a roll, goes out of bounds, 25-yard line, where Manheim Central will go on the offense in the 3rd quarter. 8:53 to go. 3rd quarter, Berwick leading it 21-0.
Good stand by Central Manheim. Kind of lax on that punt, though. They were laying back. Ronnie could have took forever back there to boot that one away. Maybe he could have ran with the ball. I mean, Manheim Central was just walking towards him.
Getting back to Miami head coach Dennis Erickson, he was not dodging Kevin Jordan's questions. There are NCAA rules where they cannot talk over the air with radio broadcasters, TV broadcasters, etc., about why they're at a particular game and about recruiting and about specific recruits. Good try, though, Kevin.
Oh, you know, he'll try.
Strickler on that last carry, pick up a 7 yards, 2nd down and 3.
Well, obviously, he's impressed with Ron Paulus because he's here. He traveled all that distance. He wants to see him firsthand. And he's seeing him in adverse conditions, too. So I've got to think his report right now is going to be positive on Ron with all he has done so far this afternoon with the weather conditions.
Uh-oh, fumble. Second fumble by the Barons in this ball game. The first one back in their opening drive was a killer. They recover this one. They have fumbled the football 46 times now this season. They have lost it 23 times.
Craig Doherty that time on the handoff couldn't find the handle. Stickler fumbled earlier in the game. There you see the wind really kicking up now at Hershey Park Stadium, and there is no sign of sunshine, just to let you know.
3rd down and 5, 7:49 to go. 3rd quarter. Split backfield. Thompson will keep it, cuts it up over the 35, 36. He has a 1st down.
Finally, we see the option from this team. This is one of their better plays they have in their playbook. We haven't seen it all afternoon. They finally bring it out here in the 3rd quarter, and Thompson gets a great gain. Gets a 1st down. I think they should go to this a lot more.
Out to the 37-yard line. It was a good fake.
Thompson in and out of the fullback. Brett's up the middle, and he just keeps it himself. Of course, Berwick trying to get the strip. J.J. Cleaver, number 88, getting his paws in there, and Orlando finishes them off.
The wind really starting to gust here at Hershey Park Stadium. I'll tell you what, Strickler in motion. Slot to the near side. Brett's handoff up the middle, maybe a yard. Hetler, Weaver, and company.
Great play by Weaver. We saw him do that last week against North Pocono so many times. He just shed his blocker, rolled right into the running back. He is very good on that line of scrimmage. Ryan Weaver, that guy's got 9 sacks on the season. It's a phenomenal front line.
We were talking earlier about the weather conditions here. We believe back in 1989 it was a colder day, but you factor in the wind here this afternoon, and it is freezing, below 0 with the wind chill. Thompson rolling right, throws, incomplete. Good stick by Ryan Mason at the 40-yard line.
Good timing by Mason.
Jordan Keller, the intended receiver, he was slow to get up. 3rd down and 9 now. If you catch the ball on the Bulldogs or try to catch the ball, you're going to pay for it.
Manheim Central going to the pass here on second down. I'm not sure with that call because the ball has been sailing all day on Thompson as it did there. I think they're better off just sticking to that option and going with what got them here. There it is.
Brett's up the middle. He's stopped. Bo Payne, number 40, on the stick. 4th down.
Bo Payne is a real unsung hero on this defense. He is only a junior. He leads the team in tackles. Does not play both ways. He just plays defense. He is a quintessential linebacker. He is the heart and soul of this defensive team. Dave Bo Payne, he's had a heck of a season. Really doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Jason Thompson to put it away. He's at his own 25-yard line. Thompson angles it. Orlando picks it off at the 30. Gets around Keller. And brings it back to the 32-yard line.
Boy, he is dangerous. Orlando looking for an opening. Almost got one.
Coming up after the game during our post-game show, we'll have a very special musical tribute to all the teams and players who participated in our 1992 high school football game of the week. If you're a high school football fan, it's not something you're going to want to miss, and it's coming up during our post-game show.
Jeff Erzin, one of the men responsible for that, did a great job, and it's been a great season so far.
And Michelle Rubel as well. She put in some long hours to help Gus put that piece together. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Mason follows Saltasia, loses his footing, maybe a yard.
And that's what Manheim Central was doing at the beginning of the game, stringing things out and not really letting Berwick do anything. This time Berwick just tries to hit the outside, and there wasn't really too much there because Manheim Central strung it out. Great pursuit by the Barons.
The Bulldogs called that play 3 or 4 times in the first half, but Paulus would keep the ball and try to go around the opposite end. That time he headed it off to Mason.
Kaufman came up to make that hit from his cornerback position.
2nd down 9. Soboleski, 3 or 4 yard gain over the 35, 37-yard line. Watch it once again. Soboleski's the guy you want to give the football to in a situation like this.
Well, before all is said and done, he's going to definitely have 20 carries on the day, I would say, because with the lead that Berwick has right now, they're just going to give it to their workhorse, and Jason doesn't mind, I assure you that.
An injured Berwick Bulldog down on the field. As soon as the official takes a step forward, we will be able to identify the number. It is number 85, John Fulton, senior tight end. I think he just got caught up under that mass on that dive play. He limps off to the sideline, but he looks like he will be okay.
Boy, the 3rd quarter has just flew by now, John. There's only 4:41 left to play. Manheim Central's going to have to go to work.
3rd down and 5. You know, I drove to Hershey Park Stadium late last night after our... Yeah, look at this. They're going to have to cut a hole in that blanket. 3rd down and 5. Paulus out of the shotgun. Looks to run. Gets outside. He's at the 40, and he has a 1st down. Again, it looked like a design play.
Yes, definitely, on the quarterback draw.
And the defense doesn't expect that. They see all these wide receivers. He's in the shotgun. He's going to throw, and then he runs.
Well, that's part of the deal. You spread the field out. Paulus had run on his mind all the way, but there was a heated rush on. Does a great job of avoiding the rush, and you got to be impressed with the toughness of Paulus. Look at him stick his head down. There's no way you're going to see this guy do that, one of those quarterback hook slides, but he will learn to do that when he does get to Division I college, because the guys are a lot bigger.
You know, they like to run that option at Notre Dame.
Yep.
Soboleski, right side, stood up, spins his way, 47-yard line.
See what I mean about that kid? I mean, he should have been stopped, but he got an extra yard and a half just because of that spin move at the end. Coaches have got to love that.
Pick up a 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7. And the thing about Soboleski, have you ever seen him fumble the football?
Good point. No, I haven't.
No, and neither is this guy, George Curry, and that's why Soboleski is playing fullback on his football team.
I think all the Berwick players have to sleep with a football. I think that's part of it.
That's part of the deal.
Yeah.
Second down, 7, slot to the near side. Sobolewski straight up the gut, over the 50 into Manheim Central Territory, 49-yard line. Third down and 2.
What a surprise. Give it to number 99 up the middle and just keep chewing time off the clock. George Curry's got to be very happy right about now because I'm sure he was a little bit nervous on that opening drive when Manheim Central took the ball and moved it fairly easily against this Berwick defense, but now Berwick is totally in control. If they score again, this thing is definitely over.
The Bulldogs may be one of the best teams that I've seen in making an adjustment. A team has success on first or 2 series, they make the adjustment and they shut them right down.
Exactly.
Mason in motion. Third down and 2. Paulus, the keeper, cuts it up. First down, over the 45 to the 44. Time-consuming drive.
Here it is again, Ron Paulus, the quarterback keep. We got to check out to see how many times he has run the ball this afternoon because it was a lot. Look at the hole right there. And once again, Paulus lowers his head and takes a couple of vicious hits, but he pops right back up.
Greg Michael, number 89, the tight end, with a nice block to spring Paulus for the first down. Double slot, Sobolewski, lone setback. Mike Sobolewski now shifts into the eye. Jason up the middle to the 40. This is not exciting football, but it gets the job done.
Right now, you don't want anything fancy because a turnover could really hurt Berwick. It obviously gives Manheim Central the football, but it also gives them life and momentum. Right now, there's a lot of fans on this near side, but they are quiet as could be.
Ronnie Paulus, 8 carries, 59 yards thus far. And, of course, that long touchdown run, the first score of this ball game. If you're just joining us, Berwick is leading Manheim Central 21-0. We are into the third quarter. Waning moments. Slot to the far side. Jason Sobolewski, and that time, you don't see it often, but he took a hit and he went backwards. Butch Montgomery, number 74, one of the first in there.
Tony Bartow, I think, was the one that really lowered
64.
the boom. Bartow just put his face mask right in Sobolewski's face. Like you said, you don't see Jason get negated too often, but he was met rudely on this play. Watch the handoff, and Sobolewski goes backwards on this one. He was low enough to the ground, but Bartow was lower.
You know, Bartow, not a big kid, only goes 170 pounds, but that time he really put a lick on Jason Sobolewski. Third down and 7. Paulus to throw, and it is complete. B.J. Hayes. 30-yard line and a first down.
Nice concentration that time by B.J. Hayes.
Quite the juggling act.
It was. Great concentration by Hayes. Now you have Central Manheim thinking run all the way. Just a quick play action fake into the line by Paulus. Throws to Hayes. He had 2 receivers out there. Bennett was going a little deeper. Hayes just hooked it up, made the catch, a juggling catch. They got that first down.
First down and 10, 18 seconds to go, third quarter. Paulus checking the snap count.
Here's where they got that lineman in the backfield.
But they go the opposite side, Sobolewski.
Good call, good call.
The third quarter is now complete. Berwick continues to lead Manheim Central 21-0. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this.
The First National Bank of Berwick, in touch with local residents for over 127 years. We'll still be here tomorrow, ready to fill your needs with quality personal service. Visit the First National Bank of Berwick at 5 convenient locations. We're staying in touch with you in downtown Berwick, on 3rd Street in Nescopeck, on Fowler Avenue in East Berwick, on Fries Avenue, Berwick, and on Route 11, Scott Township. Ask about the convenient services of personal touch banking. The First National Bank of Berwick, always in touch with you.
It's Toys for Tots time, and once again, WYOU is collecting toys for needy children. You can help. Just bring a new unwrapped toy to us at 415 Lackawanna Avenue, weekdays between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Share the holiday spirit. Together, we can make the season a little brighter for less fortunate kids. Don't forget, add Toys for Tots to your shopping list and deliver to WYOU before December 18th.
Congratulations, Berwick Bulldogs, from your friends at Ertley Berwick, 12th and Pine Streets in Berwick, Berwick Computer Center, 109 West Front Street in Berwick, and the Villa Capri restaurant with the famous Bulldog Lounge.
Welcome back, Hershey Park Stadium. John Nugent along with Terry Gurn. Berwick continues to lead Manheim Central by the count of 21-0. This is the Eastern Pennsylvania Championship. One other score to tell you about: Valley View now leading Bermudian Springs. That's at Lackawanna County Stadium. 32-0. Andy Palumbo will have another live report from Lackawanna County Stadium and some highlights coming up on our post-game show.
So I guess I should pack my bags?
Pack your bags for Altoona.
Hawanitz and company doing a job.
Paulus to throw. Goes for the end zone. Incomplete.
Oh, boy.
Chris Orlando had a hand on it. George Curry with his hands on his head saying, oh, you should have had it.
Boy.
You throw that same pass play 9 more times and he'll catch every one of them.
Good point. Orlando just streaks down the sidelines here. Great way to start the quarter. I mean, you get one quick touchdown, and this team is definitely done. Paulus lost it up perfectly, and usually when Orlando gets a hand on it, he catches it. What a pass. I mean, that was perfect, right over his shoulder. It's really unbelievable when you think about the win here this afternoon. Orlando should have caught that ball. He knows it. Everyone knows that. He won't drop something like that again, though.
3rd down and 8. Orlando coming off a 3-touchdown afternoon against North Berwick. Trips to the far side. Bennett looked like he moved.
Yeah,
there is a
motion.
penalty flag.
Bennett was...
The ball complete to Orlando at the 17, but Mike Bennett, the weak side receiver, he moved before the snap, and the officials caught him.
Took him a while to get that flag out. I thought they were going to miss it, but they got Bennett. He started in motion, then stopped again, and he was hesitating. He wasn't sure what he was supposed to do.
Officials marker on the play, penalty indicated against the Bulldogs. Illegal motion penalty.
Legal motion on the play. It's on Bennett. Move the ball back 5 yards. 3rd down at 13 for the Bulldogs.
We have illegal motion on the offense. It's 3rd down.
Motion penalty moves the ball back to the 33-yard line.
Ball is moved back to the 33. 3rd down at 13. Obvious passing situation for Paulus.
Look for some kind of crossing pattern right now. Either Mason down the hash mark, Orlando cutting across, or Bennett.
5 wide receivers in this formation. The blitz is on. Paulus holds it off. Incomplete. Paulus had all he could do to get that away, but he showed how strong he was. He stiff-armed the middle linebacker who's blitzing.
Well, good call by Manheim Central that time on the blitz, because you got to do something to this kid. You got to make him hurry up. Nate Bell was coming. Bretz was coming up the middle. There's Nate Bell, number 49. He was the guy that giving Paulus all the pressure, but Paulus holds him off with his left hand and nearly completes this thing to Hetler, cutting across the middle.
It is 4th down at 13.
But you know, when Berwick has 5 receivers, 4 receivers out there, you better get to Paulus, because somebody is going to get open. I don't care who you have in the defensive backfield. Somebody's going to get open, and if you give Paulus enough time, he will find them.
There you see Manheim Central head coach Mike Williams in his 12th season. Berwick has called a timeout. They want to talk about it. In that 3rd quarter, it seemed like Berwick had the football for quite a bit of the time. Well, they had it for 9 minutes, 57 seconds. Manheim Central for just 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think they only had it for 3 plays and a punt. But right now, John, I would say go for it. You got to go for it. Why, why punt? Because the wind is to the back of you. It's going to go into the end zone. So it's a matter of about 10 yards, really 12 yards. They either get it on the 20 or right now where they're at the 33-yard lines. And, one more touchdown, the game is definitely over. George is not shy.
Last week against North Pocono, he went to the locker room up 35-0, and that was the final score, as you well know, having called that game. 21-0 in halftime of this one, and the Bulldogs looking to put a few points on the board. Back to live action. Paulus out of the shotgun. Paulus throws.
Oh,
complete. Orlando inside the 10, the 5, and he's knocked out of bounds.
You've got to be kidding me. What a throw.
Gary Harry Fittery, number 73, in Ron Paulus's face, and he still completed it.
Oh, man, what a great pattern by Orlando, too. That was just an excellent football play right there by those two, and great blocking by the line. Check out Paulus on this play. Once again, he had the time, but the blocking just broke down. Fitterty comes in, hits him low, but he takes the hit anyway. Look how quick he releases that ball, and it was a great pattern run by Orlando. Defender was all over him, but he hooked it up nicely, and then he is so dangerous after he makes the catch.
Back to live action, Sobolewski at the goal line.
Fullback Jason Sobolewski on the carry.
Well, I think I could call this next play. Sobolewski up the middle.
Yep. I can't get over that play. That was a couple plays ago. What a great pass.
That was big league.
Yeah, it was.
If Dennis Erickson is still sitting in the stands, that's all he had to see was that pass play. Sobolewski hit at the line and stopped.
But he's not giving up.
Give credit to the Barons. They are not giving up either. Jason disgusted.
Sobolewski on the carry. No gain in the play.
Well, look for Paulus to keep the ball on this one right now. No doubt about it. They're going to go with the option. He's going to attack the corner. If he's got it, he's going to run. If not, he's going to try to get it to Hetler or maybe Mason releasing as a safety valve out of the backfield.
3rd down and goal for the Bulldogs.
Ronnie will be on the move on this play. I would almost bet on it. There he goes.
There he goes. You called it. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Ronnie Paulus with his 2nd touchdown of this ball game. Berwick's lead is now at 27-0.
Oh, they make it look so simple. What a
key on Sobolewski. Paulus will just tuck it and take it around either end. 9:58 to go in this 4th quarter. Paulus to tack on the extra point.
Ron Paulus to attempt the point after Chris Orlando with the hold.
Orlando with the hold. Snap is down. No, it's not. Paulus now running, looking for the end zone. Throws.
No way.
And it's caught. They get the 2 points. Kishbaugh, number 90. Brad Kishbaugh, a defensive end.
Oh, man. I can't believe that.
Kishbaugh making up for that missed interception early on in the game. He does have a good pair of hands.
What did we say about his hands?
Well, the thing was, Paulus threw a dart, and the ball just stuck between his shoulder pads.
Absolutely. What a throw. I mean, he's like a man among boys. Here's the touchdown first, though, John. We knew Paulus was going to be on the run. He keeps around the left side, no problem. He goes in untouched. But the extra point was the real play. Boy, what a job by Orlando, too. Bad snap. He says, here, Ron, you
presence of mind to pitch it back to his quarterback.
It's a good move. And watch Paulus. He's got all kinds of heat in his face.
This is a dart.
Totally off balance, jumps up in the air, and zips it in.
You know, I think that hit his face mask, and it stuck there, and then he pulled it in.
That was one heck of a play. Heads up. I mean, if Dennis Erickson, George Curry, and Ron Paulus couldn't have scripted it better, because Paulus has having himself an incredible game.
Mason boots it away. It's fumbled back at the 10. And the Barons bring it out over the 20 to the 25-yard line, trailing 29-0.
Give Kishbaugh credit, too, on that play. Rather than throw a block, he said, I'm going to try to get open, get myself a couple points. He did a great job going to the back of the end zone.
Check out this scoring drive. 16 plays, 68 yards, time of possession, 8 minutes, 53 seconds.
Wow.
End result, Ronnie Paulus's 2nd touchdown of the game, and of course that 2-point conversion, which was one of the best plays of this football game.
That'll make any coach smile. You chew up that much time on the clock.
The Barons give it a Strickler. He takes a nasty pop. Sobolewski on the hit, 99.
You know, John, I was just going to talk about Strickler. We haven't called this guy's name really all afternoon. He's got 1,400 yards on the season, and Berwick has really done their homework. They have shut this guy down. Brett's also really hasn't been too much of a factor. Their running game has been totally shut down aside from their opening drive.
It is tough to put together an offense when your opponent has the football for it, like in the third quarter, over 9 minutes. Thompson, option, has some room over the 30, 35, 37-yard line and a first down.
Thompson on the quarterback,
Well, there was just a little bit of confusion on the Berwick defense that time. No one had quarterback responsibility that time. J.J. Cleaver did a good job because he had pitchman. He stayed with the pitchman all the way and actually hit him, but Lipsy gets suckered in inside. See Cleaver 88, he kept with the pitchman. Bennett had to come up, and Hetler made up some good ground there to make the tackle from the linebacker position.
First down and 10.
That time Lipsy was a little over anxious that time. He really pinched hard.
This Manheim Central team will be back. That's a junior backfield, as we mentioned earlier. Brents and Strickler and Thompson. Thompson looks to throw, tucks it in, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Let's check in with Kevin Jordan once again. Kevin?
John Terry down on the sideline. They're working on Chad Fetter, the defensive back here for Berwick, number 45. He came off the field and then collapsed under the pressure of a bad left knee. They've iced it up right now. It doesn't appear that he'll be back in this ball game. They'll get him rested up for what will be the state title game next week.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Slot to the far side.
Oh.
Thompson is nailed. Fumble. And the Bulldogs recover. Soboleski with the recovery.
Kishbaugh was the one that made the hit, too. Guy that caught the two-point conversion. Made one heck of a hit on that play.
What I want to see now is Berwick is known for going up top right away after a turnover. 7:37 to go, fourth quarter. Will they go to the air?
I would say yes. I think they're going to put it up.
Mike Williams has scouted the Bulldog team. He knows what they like to do after a turnover, but they line up with a power to the left side.
Yeah, they're throwing.
Paulus for it all. Incomplete. Double coverage. So the Barons have seen the scouting report. Following a turnover, the Bulldogs go for the end zone.
Seen George too many times. I'm starting to know what he's thinking. That was just a little deception. Put the linemen in the backfield in that power formation, everyone tight, but you have Bennett out there all alone, and they almost got open. Almost got that touchdown.
Clock is stopped. 7 minutes, 13 seconds. The Bulldogs are headed to Altoona. They will be going after their second state championship. They've already set a record by appearing in the state playoffs 4 of the 5 years. Soboleski. Couple of yards up the middle. Third down. Berwick wrapping up the Eastern Conference Championship last week. That was their 8th. What a run they had through that playoff. 49-0 over Shamokin. 35-0 over North Pocono, and they're pitching another shutout here this afternoon at 29-0.
And folks, make no mistake about it, those are 3 good teams. We're seeing a very good Central Manheim team. North Pocono very good, and Shamokin also. It's just this Berwick team is unbelievable.
Double slot, the pass complete, penalty flag. Orlando with a nice catch, good enough for a first down, but there's a flag at the line. Let's see what the call is.
Penalty against the Bulldogs for holding.
It's a little crossing pattern. Orlando, good concentration. He took a big stick. Holding against Berwick.
We have holding on the offense. It's third down.
It is holding against the offense. It's a 10-yard penalty. The ball is moved to the 45-yard line.
Let's just take a look at it here. Paulus, quick 2-step drop, and he throws it to Orlando, who just makes a quick slant in.
Orlando, since dropping that pass in the end zone, has really picked up his concentration. He's catching everything thrown his way. Double slot. Paulus. Looking, Paulus throwing. Incomplete. Some hesitation by Mason on the far sideline. Paulus goes over to talk with his wide receiver, say, I thought you were going to cut it up.
It's the case of being on the wrong page. Mason hooked it up. Paulus thought he was going to keep going down the sidelines.
I was talking about all these shutouts in the playoffs for the Bulldogs thus far. Everybody talks about this offense and Sobolewski and Paulus, but they have a great defense.
Oh, yeah. Their defense has kept them in, well, not in a lot of ball games. They've been in every ball game, but they've been the unsung heroes as well. I mean, pitching shutouts left and right.
4th down and 19. Paulus will punt it away. It's at the 45. Good snap.
Good boot.
Good boot. Fielded at the 8-yard line, where Lauren Cook steps out of bounds. Field position indicative of the type of game Manheim Central has had today. They're going to have to go in the offense inside their own 10-yard line.
Really must be demoralizing for Central Manheim because they came out here all hyped up thinking they could do something against this team. They do well on their opening drive and then just fumble the football, and from that point on totally get the air taken from them. And Ron Paulus really has worked with surgical precision here this afternoon, both running the football and passing the football. He has been the catalyst here.
The Barons come out with trips to the near side. 5:56 to go, 4th quarter. Thompson, the pitch. This is Brett's. Bo Payne comes up and wrestles him down at the 5.
Brett's on the carry, brought down by number 40, Dave Bopayne for the Bulldogs.
Dave Bopayne, what a player this kid's been all season.
That's what I mean about Bopayne. He's so quick. He's really not that big of a guy. He's only 175 pounds, but he's one of the toughest kids you'll ever want to meet. He made up some serious yards on this play because he got suckered inside, but then really made his way out to the outside to make the tackle on Brett's.
Loss of 2 on that last play, 2nd down and 12. Thompson to throw, and it's complete.
Nice catch.
Lauren Cook. Orlando in pursuit. Oh. Touchdown, Manheim Central. I thought Orlando was going to catch it. A 95-yard touchdown play. Jason Thompson floated that one up there. Cook came down with it in double coverage, and he was off to the races. I jinxed them talking about all those shutouts. It is now 29-6.
Just a great play, and boy, Orlando showed some speed on that play. He almost caught up to Cook.
The Barons will go for 2. Thompson throws. It's deflected. Incomplete. 4:58 to go in this football game. Manheim Central gets on the scoreboard. Berwick's lead now at 29-6. Again, when you see the type of enthusiasm Manheim Central has on this play, you wonder what would have happened if they put one in the end zone on that opening drive. Let's watch it again.
Great coverage by J.J. Cleaver. He was there, timed the throw. Bennett came over to help, but Cook was able to get his hands on it, and then there's just a foot race to the end zone. Orlando's not even in the picture yet, but look at him. He came way over from the other side, dove, and barely missed that one.
Orlando would have had him, but just at the last 10 yards, Cook decided to veer to his left. Orlando made his dive and missed. A 95-yard scoring play.
Let me tell you something, that's huge for Manheim Central too, because no one wants to get shut out. They got 6 points at least on the board, and can at least have one positive play to look at when this thing is said and done.
Deppin with the kickoff. And it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. That pass by Thompson just hung in the wind. Cleaver, the ball is just fluttering down. He mistimed his jump just a bit. And the Cook came down with it, and he was off to the races.
I thought for sure it would be an interception because Cleaver had a beat on it all the way. Wasn't playing the receiver, was playing the ball like you're supposed to.
Well, that scoring drive from Manheim Central, all of 2 plays, 95 yards. They had the ball for a minute. The end result, a 95-yard touchdown play. Thompson to Cook. 2-point conversion was missed, and the score 29-6 here late in the 4th quarter. Bulldogs will go 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. They split the backs. Soboleski off tackle. Pickup of 1 or 2 yards. Let's go down to Kevin Jordan. Kevin?
John and Terry, when the Berwick offense took the field again after the kickoff here, Ron Paulus went past the coaches and told them, we're going to make them pay for that. Berwick wanted the shutout, there's no question about it. But the play may be going to the air and going to the air quickly, and it may come on these next couple of plays here. Watch for Berwick to go upstairs.
Berwick is not done yet. Mason pops out of there, heads around the far side. Kaufman comes up to make the hit.
I thought he was stopped for sure.
Ryan Mason on the carry. Stopped by number 9, Jason Kaufman.
Watch you once again.
Well, Mason got the ball, and there was just a log jam in there, and he had the presence of mind to spin and got out of the confusion and got a couple yards on the play. Paulus wasn't able to slow a block, because if he did, he might have been able to spring him down the sideline.
That's exactly right. Paulus was in position. Mason could have got outside Ronnie Paulus. He would have been down that sideline.
Well, here's that real tight formation again.
3rd down and 5. Paulus keeps it left side. 1st down. Over midfield and into Barron territory.
Great block by Jason Soboleski that time, too. Boy, he just paved the way for Paulus that time.
Watch it again.
Keep an eye on number 99 in this play if you can. Watch Soboleski just lambaste this defensive back. It actually wasn't a big hit, but it was just enough to turn him outside, and that is why Paulus got the 1st down.
Just knowing Soboleski was coming at you opened up that hole.
Yep.
The ball inside the 50, 49-yard line of the Barons. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Fumble. Fumble off the snap. The Barons have the football.
Well, for all intents and purposes, John, they can't win the game, but they can certainly make this thing look a lot less lopsided than it really is. That's why they're getting so pumped up.
You have to give these guys credit. They're playing 4 quarters of football. They have not given up.
Well, it looked like the handoff was there, but Soboleski really looked like he was looking to block somebody. I don't think he expected to get the football that time.
The exchange was never made.
Yeah. 1st
and 10 at midfield. Thompson, the pitch. Strickler. 1st down. Still on his feet. They look like the team we saw in the opening minutes of this ball game.
Too little, too late right now, but you'll be sure that Berwick will start tightening things up. Strickler is a tough runner. Once again, Bo Payne hustling across to make a tackle. Well, actually, Strickler broke free, but Bo Payne did hustle across to make the first initial hit, and everyone else came in to clean up. But Berwick's going to tighten things up here with 2.5 minutes to go.
1st and 10, Berwick 36. Thompson throwing, complete, 30-yard line. Once again, Cook on the reception. Pick up a 7 on the play, 2nd down and 3.
Well, here we got Thompson in just the reverse pivot, fakes into the line, and a quick throw as he sprints out to his right, little waggle action, and Cook runs a nice pattern out there. They had a couple receivers open, as a matter of fact, on that play. Thompson got the ball to Cook.
Slot to the near side, split backfield. Hand off to Bretz. Gets a couple, does not get the 1st down.
Stop by number 50 here, Ryan Wolf.
Ryan Wolf and J.J. Cleaver on the tackle. 3rd down, and we'll call it 1. 1 minute, 39 seconds to go in this championship ball game. Berwick Bulldogs are headed to Altoona, looking to come home with their 2nd state championship. Quick pitch. Strickler gets outside the end, gets the first down. A final in from Lackawanna County Stadium. Valley View is headed for Altoona as well. Congratulations to them. The Cougars, a shutout this afternoon, 32-0 over Bermudian Springs.
A lot of people were picking Bermudian Springs in that one. Valley View got tough, showed their pride, and they weren't about to get beat by that team. An impressive win.
First down and 10, trips to the near side. The Barons want one more score. Thompson floats it up there. Complete again. Jordan Keller on the reception. I could see Mike Bennett's eyeballs bugging out of his head when that ball was released.
Had 6 all over it. Once again, a pass sails on Thompson. Just lost this one up there. It's really not his fault because, again, the wind is just taking over, and that just hung up there. It's a pass you don't want to catch as a receiver because you just tighten your whole body because you know you're going to get hit.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Manheim Central has been throwing the ball into the wind. And what I mean by that, they have been throwing towards their own sideline this entire game.
Yep.
Whereas Berwick, I think if you look back and you break down the films, you'll see that they have thrown for the center of the field or they have thrown for their own sideline where Polisid have the wind behind them.
The ball's going to sail no matter what, but at least when you're throwing with the wind, it's going across the field, you're throwing to the left side, you're going to be better off.
Timeouts remaining in this ball game. 2 apiece. Second down and 8 when we return to live action. We are under a minute to go in this state semifinal. George Curry out on the field talking with his defense.
Dogs have a lot of pride. They don't want to let another score.
They have only given up 60 points all season.
Nobody's got 2 touchdowns, right?
4 touchdowns on their first defense, I believe, the entire year. The pitch. This is Brett's. He's hit back at the 21. It falls forward to the 20.
Great play by Cleaver that time, John. He really came up and made the hit. You know, I think he was thinking pass on that play. He realized it was the option. He has pitch man. Here he is in the center of your screen right now. Watch J.J. Cleaver. He's scraping across. Takes a while to get over there, but he finally does and comes over to hit Brett, who is a lot bigger than him, and hangs on just enough to make the tackle.
3rd down and 7 for Manheim Central. Cleaver inserted into that defense for Shortledge, who went down with an injury a few weeks ago. 47 seconds on the clock. Manheim will only be able to stop the clock one more time. Another final in. Blackhawk has defeated Lock Haven by the count of 23-0. So the Berwick Bulldogs will play for the state championship next week against Blackhawk, who shut out Lock Haven this afternoon 23-0. Thompson rolling, Thompson throwing, incomplete.
Another fantastic play by Cleaver.
Cleaver is all over the field, number 88.
Defensive play by number 88, J.J. Cleaver for Berwick.
4th down and 7.
He timed that one perfectly, John. Another junior on this Berwick team. He'll be back. Great defensive play.
Watch it one more time.
Cleaver lined up on the corner as the right side. Knows where the ball is coming. Has his receiver blanketed. Gets his left hand in there, too. Nice play. Didn't touch the receiver. No interference on the call.
The Barons do not convert here. The Bulldogs will take over and run out the clock. 4th and 7. Keller in motion. Thompson to throw. Thompson goes down. Ryan Wolf, number 50, with the sack.
Defensive play number 50, Ryan Wolf, along with number 90, Brad Kishball.
The Bulldogs will take over on downs. 33 seconds on the clock. They will just run it out, leading 29-6.
We haven't called Wolf's number too often this afternoon, but he's been taking care of a lot of the mess inside. That time he shook free from the center and put a good hit on Thompson. Thompson looks like he's going to have enough time, and he's just getting ready to release it, but Wolf comes in and wraps him up nicely. Bo Payne or Kishball there also to finish him off.
The Berwick Bulldogs are headed for Altoona. Paulus down to a knee. The clock continues to run. And that will be the last play of this football game. The Berwick Bulldogs are Eastern Pennsylvanian champions. They will now head for the state title next Saturday afternoon in Altoona. The final from Hershey Park Stadium. Berwick 29, Manheim Central 6.
Well, there you see Ron Paulus. He was the trigger man this afternoon. He took matters into his own hands. He ran the ball when he had to. He threw the ball when he had to. And despite the terrible weather conditions here and the wind, it's the worst thing you want to play in as a football player. Worse than the snow or the rain, the wind. They controlled it very well. Nothing seems to faze this team, though, John.
The Berwick Bulldogs now increase their record to 14-0 on the season. Again, another methodical victory, breaking out to a 29-0 lead and then holding on 29-6. The final once again from Hershey Park Stadium, Berwick 29, Manheim Central 6. We'll be back with post-game festivities right after this.
What is physical therapy?
Physical therapy is the use of treatments such as whirlpool, ultrasound, mobilization, and exercise to relieve pain and to increase movement and strength.
Who are independent physical therapists?
Independent physical therapists are licensed healthcare professionals who have established their own clinics in order to provide the highest quality care in state-of-the-art facilities. In Berwick, it's Basal Physical Therapy, 759-0389.
How would you turn this space into a portable paradise? Just add water. Soft tub, fun and luxury, anytime, anywhere, with anyone. Soft tub, the spa of infinite possibilities.
Baywatch turns the tide, riding a new wave of action, adventure, danger, drama, romance, and rescue. Catch the crest of excitement with David Hasselhoff and the men and women of Baywatch.
Saturday night at 7 on WYOU.
The First National Bank of Berwick, in touch with local residents for over 127 years. We'll still be here tomorrow, ready to fill your needs with quality personal service. Visit the First National Bank of Berwick at 5 convenient locations. We're staying in touch with you in downtown Berwick, on 3rd Street in Nescopeck, on Fowler Avenue in East Berwick, on Fries Avenue, Berwick, and on Route 11, Scott Township. Ask about the convenient services of personal touch banking. The First National Bank of Berwick, always in touch with you.
Today's WYOU Sports Eastern Pennsylvania Championship game is brought to you by the First National Bank of Berwick, Alaska Company Incorporated in Bloomsburg, Basal Physical Therapy, providing the highest quality physical therapy services for the greater Berwick area since 1983.
Welcome back to Hershey Park Stadium, everybody. The final once again, Berwick is headed for Altoona. They beat Manheim Central 29-6. Kevin Jordan down on the field. Kevin?
All right, Coach George Curry is here. He's talking to some of the reporters here down in the field. Try to get a word with them here.
Maybe quick slants. You couldn't throw anything upfield. We try to keep it low, and it just took.
Curry talking with some of the reporters down on the field. He is a wanted man right now. He is holding court at the 50-yard line. There is about a dozen reporters who are covering this game all around George right now, getting his thoughts on what occurred in this football game. There you see some of the Berwick Bulldogs as they accept congratulations from their many fans who made the trek from Berwick in the early hours this morning. This has just been a freezing cold day, a very tough day to watch a football game if you're out in the elements. temperature at game time was 35 degrees, but with wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour, it was below zero.
You know, I don't really think you can appreciate the ability of Ron Paulus unless you were here this afternoon, because when you watch it on TV, you can't get an idea of what the wind was like this afternoon. And some of those passes were just so pinpoint and so on target with so much velocity. They just zip right through the wind, and it's a heck of a quarterback.
Ronnie Paulus performing in front of the watchful eyes of Miami Hurricane head coach Dennis Erickson, who flew in from Miami to catch this ball game here at Hershey Park this afternoon. He could not elaborate as to exactly why he was at this football game.
Maybe it was too warm in Florida for him. You know, he was getting
you do not have to be a rocket
sun.
scientist to figure out why Dennis Erickson was here. The Miami Hurricanes, I'm told, Notre Dame, Stanford, and Bill Walsh still in the hunt to woo Ronnie Paulus to come and play quarterback at their university. Berwick winning this one this afternoon. 29-6 was the final. They increased their record of 14-0 on the season. They add the Eastern Pennsylvania Championship to their long list of accomplishments this season. The Eastern Conference Championship as well. Wyoming Valley Conference Championship also. They never lose and haven't since they have joined the Wyoming Valley Conference. But the Berwick Bulldogs are one win away. They won the state championship back in its first year in '88. There was that controversial loss here at Hershey Park Stadium in '89. 1990, they lost to Bethlehem Catholic. That was at Lackawanna County Stadium. In '91, they did not make it to the state playoffs, but they made it today. Right now, we go down to Kevin Jordan. Kevin?
Okay, with Berwick head coach George Curry. Coach, congratulations. This was a real fine win for your team this afternoon.
For the state finals, and you know, back last December we talked about it. We set our goals, and 14-0, and we're going to the big dance. So that's what we talk about.
Paulus had a heck of a game as he has here throughout this this season, but a particularly good game today.
Well, as I said to everyone else here, you know, 3/4 of our offense went out the window with this weather, and the only thing you can do is throw short to our bleachers, toward our sideline, because the wind was coming this way, and mixed the run in, and he did complete some timely passes and kept those drives going. A couple of Orlando, a couple of B.J. Hayes. And, you know, we made the plays when we had to make them, and that's the way this team has been doing it all year.
That first drive by Manheim, they were able to move the ball on you very quickly there in the first quarter, but you didn't panic.
No, well, again, we don't see the veer at all. You know, we have never seen the veer offense, and we knew they were going to move the ball on us. I mean, it's a great offense, and those kids do a heck of a job. You know, it was just a question of us just mixing things up and trying to, you know, to make them have a bad play or two in a drive and stop the drive, and that's what we did. We just kept changing defenses, and hopefully that they couldn't block certain things. And that fumble we got down there, that's exactly what we did. We threw it was a stunt, and we caught him, and it worked.
Well,
caused a fumble, and we recovered it.
For not having seen it this year, you've played it very well. Listen, Lock Haven has been beaten by Blackhawk. Any thoughts about playing Blackhawk?
Well, the Blackhawk coach and I are personal friends, and I talked to him last night, and that's going to be it's going to be a doozy.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Coach George Curry of the Berwick Bulldogs. They're undefeated, and as George says, they're going to the big dance. John and Terry?
Yeah, George is a guy who occasionally likes to go out and do a little of the soft shoes, so I'm not surprised that he made that analogy. Here are WYOU Diet Pepsi final statistics. The only place where Berwick was not beaten today was passing yardage, but of course Central Manheim with that 95-yard bomb near the end of the game. That's really where they got their yardage.
Yeah, it really padded their yards there. They just totally dominated both rushing and throwing the ball. Of course, Paulus did most of the work, and good job with the penalties too. Only about 7 in total, and Berwick, of course, dominating the clock as they usually do.
It was a well-played football game. Penalties, just 3 for the Bulldogs and 4 for Central Manheim. Coming up, as our post-game show continues, we'll check in one more time with Andy Palumbo out at Lackawanna County Stadium, where Valley View also won this afternoon. We'll check in with Andy right after this.
For expert equipment, one name says it, Valley Rental. From the best in aerial platforms in all shapes and sizes, to aerators and augers for the yard, a complete line of contractors' equipment. Check us out. Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 5. Saturday, 7:30 to 4. Valley Rental at the corner of Hazel Street and Wilkes-Barre Boulevard, Wilkes-Barre.
What's happening and why? Now you can know. Because there's a show called Real News for Kids. From the latest trends, world events, what's hot? You'll get the big story on Real News for Kids. News from your point of view. It's your world, too. And this show's for you. Real News for Kids.
Saturday mornings at 7:30 on WYOU.
Welcome back to Hershey Park Stadium, everybody. The Berwick Bulldogs are headed for Altoona to play Blackhawk. They defeat Manheim Central here this afternoon. 29-6 was the final. You know, this is our final high school football broadcast of the season. After, put that banner down. After 4 months and 14 games, our goal of producing a high school football game of the week has been a success. There are a number of people that we would like to thank. First and foremost, the players, the coaches, the school officials, and of course, our many behind-the-scenes WYOU professionals. This has been a season of hard work and emotion, and we'd like to recap some of it for you right now. Our congratulations to everybody who participated in high school football this season. As you may or may not know, the rights to next weekend's state championship games have been awarded to our competitors at WNEP TV. We'd like to wish them the best of luck in televising those ball games. For my partner, Terry Gurn, Kevin Jordan down on the sidelines, our producer, Marty Cabelli, and our entire crew, I'm John Nugent. Thanks for watching this season, everybody, and we'll see you again next year. You can count on it.